That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Critical X Presents Valorant Level Up Series 3, powered by Loco, as we are here for the quarterfinals of Series 3. I'm your cast for today, Baba Gusta. With me, I have Zach, and we have these quarterfinalists who will proceed into the milestone phase. Only two has the spot. Who's it going to be? It's going to be an amazing match. It's going to be an amazing match to look at. So, Zach, we all have our four matches. Starting off, we have ANF going up against Reckoning, and we have T69 going up against Zenith, Valor, and Galaxy, Monkey Body Esports, and Team Sudesh. Only these four, currently these eight teams will be four, and then from four it comes back to two. So it's gonna be a very heavy battlefield, and I can't wait to see what they have in stores.
Definitely. I'm really excited to see where this is going to go because, like you mentioned, the top four teams from today are going to move on to tomorrow, and we're going to have the semis coming in. So, the top two teams from that who make it to the finals, they will be qualifying for the milestone event, where they will go up against the other four teams which have already qualified from the previous level of series is 1 and 2. And I think that it will be a battle for the ages because they are going to be battling for that massive prize pool. They are going to be fighting to prove that they are the best. And it's going to be pretty exciting to see, which team comes out on top here, both in the series as well as in the milestone event. So I think that, like you mentioned, today's first match is going to probably be Reckoning versus ANF, and I think that the map pick for that has come out as well, and it is going to be the map of let's guess. What do you think it is, Baba Gusta? Take a wild guess.
I mean, I'm just hoping it's not Ascent again, because yesterday we just had Ascent 3 matches in a row, and we all know what that result was. Oh no, it's Ascent back again. My goodness.
Oh no.
uh, uh, well, anyways, let's expect for the best, because this is the quarterfinals after all, and it's Galaxy Esports going up against Team Valor. Last time I remember, we saw Team Valor go in for a flawless victory against Neagle Esports 13-0. And then we saw Galaxy Esports go back against Comeback Esports. The map was also on Ascent 13-3. So now, since the spot is on the line and it's going to be best of threes in the semifinals, it's going to be even more tougher competition. And also, we are not going to expect a 13-0, 13-1, 2, or 3. It's going to be a back-to-back action coming in from these two teams. That I can assure you, folks. So hopefully, I just hope that I don't jinx it that fast. But yeah,
I think you might have.
talking about the first match itself, yeah, it is a scent again, unfortunate, but hopefully we might be able to find we might be able to get some other maps too. But it is ANF versus Reckoning Esports. Last time I remember, Zach, Reckoning Esports used to be your favorite team for this season. Do you think that they can defeat ANF, or will ANF proceed to take out Reckoning and get them spot?
I'm pretty sure they'll beat enough pro, but like, oh my, no, I have been wrong before, very rarely, but it still happens. So let's hope that isn't the case today. But it is going to be, like you mentioned, Valor versus Galaxy Esports. In fact, like you mentioned, both these teams did play Ascent yesterday, and I think we saw the first 13-0 on stream yesterday, live stream yesterday, as Valor did manage to assert the dominance and take it home. So it's going to come down to whether they can do it again today. I don't think that's going to be the case because, like you mentioned, both these teams have put up dominating performance in the previous matches in this level up series 3, so they would be wanting to continue that. But when a rock goes up against a waterfall, you never know what happens. It could be either of them who gets washed away, and that is going to be the case here. So I think that we are going to be heading into the match pretty soon. So what are your predictions for this matchup, like scoreline wise?
Well, prediction wise, I mean, since Zach, you're going to say Reckoning Esports, I'm just going to go with ANF because I would just want to balance things out. I just want to, give a cheer for the underdogs a bit. But no, I mean, no disrespect for Reckoning Esports, although I've seen some miraculous plays from Reckoning Esports, especially on their in Level Up
It's
Series 2, I believe.
mm, but
I don't think I still have the info, but yeah, you were saying, Zach?
yeah, I was gonna ask you. I think that match got pushed to a bit later. So the match we're gonna have right now is gonna be Valor versus Galaxy. So out of Valor and Galaxy,
Oh.
what do you think is gonna be the case?
Okay, Galaxy and Valor. All right, I do have to apologize for that. I thought I didn't have that info, but yeah, Valor and Galaxy. I think I could say I could go for Valor because the way how they got 13-0. I mean, they did get lucky for some certain amount of rounds, especially with the Reina with the 4K, and we did get to see the op plays being made from the Jet. But I don't think it's going to be the same when they go up against Galaxy, because Galaxy, as far as I can remember in the previous matchup, they went very aggressive. They kept pressuring in towards mid. They kept getting mid control, whereas the opposition did not. But since these two teams will mainly focus on getting mid control, it's going to be a tough competition.
Definitely. That's one more thing I noticed is the aggression coming in. Like when we saw these players playing yesterday, especially for the side of Galaxy Esports, we saw the aggression coming in from Rossi. That really playing a fantastic game on that Jet. JN as well. He was just as aggressive, if not more. And if he does go for that Jet again, it is going to be a battle of the Jets. But we are going to be heading into the map agent select pretty soon. So let's see if these guys are going to still go for the Jet or going for something else. And looking at it so far, it does seem like JN and Rossi are both gonna want that Jet. In fact, Rossi goes ahead and insta-locks. He's like, yo, you all have heard of SK Rossi. Now let me show you what GX Rossi can do. We already saw a taste of it yesterday. And, we're gonna see more of it now as he goes for that Jet. The side of Galaxy Esports is very confident about what they want. Like almost everybody insta-locks. It's gonna be the same lineup that they had running yesterday. It's gonna be Lucia on that KO, Beast on the Omen, Trist on the Killjoy, and Sova being played by Lost. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's going to be Strokey, who instead of going in for the Reina, which he was playing yesterday, he's going to, take a little bit of a chill pill, go in for that Killjoy instead, and try and anchor his side. I think that the side of Valor Esports is in serious mode right now as they're going for more conventional picks. Never mind, it's going to be Buster who goes for that Reina as well. They are going to be heading for what used to be the very old meta here, double duelist as well as, a single initiator. So it is going to be Bullet on the Sova and Pasha Sahil on that Omen. This does seem to be the picks coming in for the side of Team Valor here. So looking at these
Select
map
your
comps,
agent.
looking at these agent comps, what do you think is going to be the prediction now?
I mean, prediction wise, Zach, I could say that Lucia's KO is going to be a huge annoyance for both attack as well as on defense for Valor. So, if they try to figure out a way to find a turnaround on that specifically, then I could say that VL might find a way on to get their lead in towards the attack spot itself. But talk about the previous roster. I mean, just like we said, Buster bringing in Reina. Last time I remember, Reina had a total of 4 orbs. I mean, 4 orbs. I mean, this was like way back when Reina was nerfed, and she was like heavily picked on every single matchups. But now with that, heavy nerfs, you still need to rely on the Empress to get the job done. So it always comes down to Buster getting most of his kills with the help. I mean, she's really great when it comes to lurking, as well as getting most of the kills to power up the Empress. So if she does it as soon as possible and get those kills, maybe get way far ahead when it comes to economy terms, it's going to be looking good here for Valor. But like you said, this is a bit old comp, and bringing in KO is going to be even much more difficult for Valor to be, especially on both attack as well as on defense. But talk about the first round, it is the pistol round. We're going to determine who's going to be in the lead.
Definitely, I am looking forward to seeing who is going to be in the lead here, like you did mention. So far, it does seem to be the side of Valor on attack here. To going for that mid, will get that first kill onto Lost, but there's a beautiful crossfire here between Rossi as well as Beast, and that's gonna catch two players unaware. I love that bait coming in. Beast getting another kill. That's gonna be the spike drop. Beast getting a third. Getting a second, and Rossi's gonna be getting a third, and that's gonna be a really fast round coming in from the side of Galaxy Esports, who have done their research. They do know that Valor likes to push mid, get that mid control, and they are gonna capitalize on that. The little bait coming in from the player that enabling Rossi and Beast to both pop off and clean up the round for the side of Galaxy Esports. That is some phenomenal play coming in. Well played by the side of Team Galaxy, playing off expectations. So looking after that round, it is going to be the full buy coming in for them. And after that fast round, it's just going to be an eco coming in. We do have Buster as well as Strokey opting for those ghosts instead of sticking with the classic. But apart from that, it's going to be very hard for Valor to win this round.
Yep, it is going to be difficult, especially Rossi being very difficult. My goodness, not looking too good with his martial shots. I mean, it was looking supreme in the previous matchup, but today he's just caught up from Bullet once again, but you still have Trice for the cover-up. Still holding mid. Bullet goes down, but you still have mid control, and Trice is looking to get it, and there you go. Quick as that. That was very quick, though. With the help of the Spectres, even with the eco round, getting that one kill in mid, did try to help, made their efforts to get more, the motivation to proceed to get control, but it did not happen. And thanks to the KJ holding his site, I mean, he had to leave the entire B site and head in towards mid to take out those other players too. We'll see GX get their second win as well. But the third round is where we will see the difference, because VL, they have the Phantoms and Vandals in hand. The scene cannot be set to GX. It's going to be a tough one.
It is going to be a tough one, but it's going to be that initial aggression coming in from Rossi here, who gets immediately taken down by Buster as he tries to dash and get an early pick, but that's going to be an immediate 4v5. Beast though manages to take down Strokey with the ghost of all things, but Jane will get that trade. It's a 3v4 right now for the side of Galaxy Esports, and they will have to try and make this work, because it is going to be the Killjoy who was anchoring the A side. Shot being cleared out by the drone. The turret will be tagged here, trying to spot out the Killjoy as well, but I think that Trist will manage to get away without being tagged. It's going to be Lucia who's holding mid as well, and they will eventually try to go towards the B side here as Pasha Sahil makes his way, will smoke off that market angle, and it does seem to be a push going in towards the B side as the Jet dashes in. Already lost the only player on site here. There is a beautiful molly coming in from the KO, but Pasha Sahil will take down Lost. That's going to be, there's two players left right now from the side of Galaxy Esports. Buster will get Lucia through the smoke as well. It's going to come down to Trist. Just one player left against four, only has a Spectre to his name to work with, and Jayan will spot him out towards that CT angle. It's going to be Buster who doesn't care, just goes running at him, gets the headshot, and that is going to be the first round for Valor off the back of Buster's 3k. That man doesn't seem to be scared of anything.
Yep, definitely. And talk about Buster, who not only just gained himself in the lead, he also has the Empress in hand, which means it's going to be even more difficult for Galaxy Esports to get this round win, unless and until if they figure out a way to take out players one by one. In the previous round, we saw most of the players on the A side to try to converge in towards mid, and I believe Valor decides to hold their ground, see if they can get a pick in towards mid, and they succeeded in doing that. Now Rossi, definitely not looking too good though for the past two rounds, but hopefully with the AWP in hand, he might be able to deal some major damage here to JN. There you go. First frag. Rossi will be happy about this, but he still needs to hold his ground though. And he'll make a decision to not head in towards mid, but now he'll hold yet another angle in towards mid copy side. My goodness. He might be able to get a kill or two. Who knows? Maybe taking out KG is going to be even more detrimental, because he has the spike in hand, but no. Bullet comes in with the rescue. Rossi's going to go down immediately, and with that refrag, and the smoke being placed in towards mid, it's going to be even more difficult for them to proceed with. But although I would say that the alarm bot still is present for GX, that will give them an info to see whether if they will execute in towards the B side. The turret will get taken out from Strokey. And now it is on. A B execute. They know what's happening. All they have to do is succeed and especially survive for Trice, because he's all by himself and towards the B side. And Sova currently in the smoke. Execute will happen. Trice will get one. Can he get a second? Yes. Spotstyle will come in for the trade nonetheless. The control is in. But the man count, though, is not looking too good, though, because it's 3v2, and here comes the Empress. That's the danger that I was mainly concerned about. Spike's been planted, and now it's a 2v3 situation. How can they proceed with this? You still have the flashes, but the Empress is a very powerful tool. The amount of, the amount of fire that it gives, and Beast using it, using Paranoia to blind lines of sight is going to be even more difficult to go through. Buster gets one, but can he get a second? Yes! Beast! My goodness, such a close round, but in the end, the Paranoia is what Galaxy Esports will succeed here. 3-1, and Beast will be the one to succeed. My goodness, a job well done though.
Definitely a job well done. A really good retake coming in from them. I really like how they played, and especially the impact from Rossi as he gets that first kill. The operator will be retrieved as well. Well lost. That's why we were waiting for the diffuse start, and it is going to be 3 rounds for the side of Galaxy Esports. Playing pretty well. Really good trades coming in, but I have to say that shot from Bullet onto the hopping jet, that's just something else.
Yep.
So far, it does seem to be an execute coming in, and the side of Galaxy Esports has predicted this. They have read this slide because they are going to be playing a little bit aggressively here, trying to see if they can get an early pick, because they have 2 players here, one to support the Jet as well as she peaks. So it is going to be the Jet waiting towards A main for these players to come in, and meanwhile, the Lucia is going to be pushing out, will get that kill onto Buster, and is falling back very safely. Will throw a flash as well, try and see what they can do. One more player waiting in Vines, and we saw this yesterday coming from Valorant of all people. A player in Vines just waiting to have extreme impact. So, it remains to be seen if they'll check the second player or not. It's going to be Rossi, though, who takes down Strokey here, getting a second kill on the Pasha Sahil as well. And it's going to be just 2 players left right now, JN and Bullet, trying to see what they can do here. Shock Dart coming in, trying to clear out this angle, but Rossi will get a clear third kill. Bullet will take out Lucia, but it's just going to be Bullet left alone. Low HP, gets another one, but Beast is there for the trade, and that is going to be the fourth round for the side of Galaxy Esports. Very phenomenally played.
Yep, it was a shaky start for Galaxy Esports, but now they are getting themselves back up on their feet. Thanks to Rossi, though, because he's here. My goodness, he's been making quite a lot of plays on his end. Although the same cannot be said to JN, though. He's been trying his level best to try to eliminate the... eliminate the off, but with some less amount of information and that early peek from Lucy to take out the player from Valor really did hit a lot for them, especially on the previous round. And now they're back in their eco rounds here once again. Sheriffs and a bit of Ghost, I believe. No, yeah, Sheriffs and Ghost in their hands. And Buster, oh my goodness, did you just one-tap Rossi in the head with a Sheriff? That's an orb in his hand, and Buster is feeling the shots now. Oh boy, what is gonna happen next? I am very curious to know about this. My goodness, JN, another headshot to take out Lucia, but he still survives though in that long range. But here comes Pajasali with the aggressive push here. The confirmation, but you still need to be worried about the player in mid-top. Beast is still here, but not about Bullet, who just came back here once again. Bullet will recover the weapon. And now it's just 2 players here, Triced and Lost. Look how Galaxy Esports starts to get their weapons back. Except Strokey, though, still has the Ghost in hand. What's going to happen here with the execute? Lost is patiently waiting here. Might be able to get those 2 kills. That's one. Can get a second. No! JN with the AWP will take out Lost. Oh boy, not looking too good here once again from GX. Spike will be planted. And Valor, this is 1v3. How can they proceed with this?
Make that a 1v2 as Trish takes down Jay and successfully will go for the reload. They know that he did reload, and it's going to be him trying to push into Buster as well as the Killjoy, both playing crossfire here, I think.
One enemy remaining.
That's, no, never mind. It's going to be 1 player towards shot. The turret going down. doing a little bit of damage, but it's gonna be 7 bullets left, right now. Trying to tap the spike, but Shoki's that, and that's gonna be the Thrifty coming through for the side of Team Valor. Almost a 1v3 coming in from Fortress, but it's not gonna be good enough. As I feel really bad for Lost there because he could have possibly gotten all 3 if he just checked left a little bit, because he knows that there was an operator picked up. He knows that it's all odds are that they are going to be playing towards A main, but unfortunately he doesn't check, and that is going to be that. Meanwhile, looking at the buy coming in for the side of the defenders here, Galaxy Esports not looking too good. Rossi does have that Blade Storm to play off of, and that does seem to be the case as he goes in for a Frenzy and Heavy Armor. Lucia's going to be stuck on a Spectre, and 2 players will be having Light Armor as well, so if they do not win this, they are going to be pushed into a very sad eco here. Meanwhile, it does seem to be a very straightforward B execute as the lockdown will come through from Strokey here. It's going to be Trist playing so close here to the side. Might not expect it. Dash comes in. Players go in and just gets 1. The Buster's there for the immediate trade. It's going to be a 1-for-1 now as the rest of them manage to make their way onto side. 4 players still through the CD. Rossi taken out by Bullet, but Beast and Lost take out 3 other players. It's going to come down to Strokey here, left in a 1v3. Knows the position of 2 players. Will get 1, but Lost is there for the trade, and that is going to be the 5th round for the side of Team Galaxy Esports, who are playing this quite phenomenally.
Yes, indeed, Zach. They are playing this quite phenomenally, and Valor, I would say that they did almost have the chance. I mean, like, just for a moment there, for a moment when we saw Valor getting that thrifty round. Actually, no, it was Galaxy Esports who got that thrifty round. Do have to apologize for that, but yeah, the 1v3 clutch. Yeah, oh yeah, Valor got thrifty again. Do have to apologize for that. There's a lot of background noise happening on my end. It's just getting confusing on my end. But for now, let's focus on the round itself. Round number 7. Talk about Valor, who's just slowly making their way towards the mid side. It is their eco rounds. They're trying to make sure to get more kills as best as possible. Here comes Lost with the Hunter's Fury to gain some medium damage here. Rossi taking out Bullet, might be able to do some major damage here. And with the smoke being dissipated, Rossi will take out 1-2. And with the refrag coming in from Pasha Sahil, he could head in towards the B side, going for the plant, thanks to from the shadows. Plant will come in. Now it's going to be a 1v2 situation here. Pasha Sahil needs to get this clutch in order to get back into the match. But you are dealing with a Sova and a KJ. KJ has the turret, so does the recon. And all Sova has to do is just get information. Here comes the second refrag from Lost. They got Pasha Sahil. And also, we're going to see Galaxy Esports get another win here, 6-2. And also, I kind of like how Galaxy Esports is playing currently. You see a lot of a lot of manpower being used. Even on the previous round, you saw with the execute being on the B side, you saw a lot of players on CT side. You had 3 players holding that same angle to provide so much firepower. So I mean, even if one player goes down, you still have another for the trade, and if another goes down, you still have another one for the trade too. So just kind of like how they're stacking up to prevent such executes to happen in a situation like that. So apparently it's working out, and for Valor, a good effort from Pasha Sahil to try to attempt a 1v2 clutch situation, but unfortunately that did not happen, and now Galaxy Esports are in hefty lead, 62.
Definitely, they are 4 rounds ahead. And looking at the map so far, it is going to be a default coming in. Both players trying to see if they can, get a frag. And it's going to be Lucia who gets that first kill with his ability of all things. It's not even like a full-on kill. And that is going to be the radar going down. JN tagged here as well, stroking towards mid. And Bullet, though, will come up short and get 2 kills here. It's going to be just the Sova left on the side here. And Pasha Sahil will take him down. That's going to be the A side open. And the spike should go down very soon. It's going to be just Rossi as well as Trist left alive here in a 2v4 retake as the spike goes down. Looking at the ultimates available, they do not have that lockdown yet, but they were just 1 kill away from it, so it shouldn't be too hard of an undertaking here, as Trist will be able to get that lockdown online with that kill from Bullet. More importantly, Bullet was the one who had the Hunter's Fury, so him going down is going to keep them from not only playing postplan, but they also won't be able to take down this ultimate, and it's going to be really rough here. The Nano Swarm will come through as well, and it's the smoke trying to help just defuse it safely. 1 smoke down, half the defuse has been stuck. Almost done here, the defuse in fact, and that's going to be the defuse coming through as both the players managed to clean things up. It's really, really unfortunate that Buster went down there because that was their round. They had it in the bag. It was a 4v2. They had the Hunter's Fury to play off of, and that's why I think Bullet was a little bit careless. He tried to go jumping out of sight, but unfortunately, Trist was expecting it. He pushes out, manages to get that kill, gets the lockdown online, and that's going to be round number 7 for the side of Galaxy Esports. What a phenomenal retake.
Yeah, what a retake, and also Valor. My goodness, especially the Sova though. Bullet, even having the Hunter's Fury in hand, he was a bit. He decides to use the Aldrune to give info in towards the Rafters side, and then realize that it was too late. But talk about Rossi here. In towards the B side, getting that first pick, he decides to go aggressive even a bit more. I believe Valor sees this and will hold their ground as of now. Currently, he's looking too good. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Will it catch one? No, it does not. Bullet almost forgot about the Jet, who just slowly made his way in towards B lobby. Now he has the plus spike in hand too. Definitely not looking too good here for Valor. And with that wall bang and the Blade Storm trying to head in to get the final player here, but it's not going to happen. They're lost. Still in towards mid. Will take out Buster though in towards the mid side. Now it's a 1v1. It's JN versus Lord. Sova can have info, but that's a one wall. I mean, that's a one-way smoke. Yeah, one-way smoke. I know about this. You know, sometimes when you say, you could say it's almost as a wall bang because you're just creating a, block lines of sight, but it's a one-way smoke. So beautifully done though from JN, using that one-way smoke to take out the Sova, whilst Sova had to, force a spray, which in fact didn't work out. So unfortunate. But we're going to see Galaxy Esports lose because of JN 7-3.
Yep, that was a nice play from Jay, and he read that the Sova was gonna be towards the market again, and that it might be him here. But meanwhile, though, it's gonna be the Judge coming in for the side of Trist here. Manages to take down Reyna, gets a second as well. Finally, Strokey gets the trade, but the jumping Judge is too strong. That's gonna be a 2-for-1 offer. The site is open though as Pasha Sahel makes his way onto site here. Looking at the ultimate's available. It's gonna be the lockdown that comes through from Strokey here, trying to buy a little bit of time against his Banan disadvantage here. And I don't think the Hunter's Fury is available for loss here, so there's gonna be the defenders who have to fall back. They will have to wait until this is over before they can come in. Looking at the weapons available, it's not too great either because there's a Frenzy available as well as a Marshall and a bunch of other guns. So, but it's gonna be Rossi who doesn't clear his corner this time, as Bullet will get 3 kills somehow. I wish I was seeing that. Holy crap! It's gonna be just Lost left. Judge in hand has to try and make this work because the economy isn't looking too good for the side of either of these teams right now. So every rifle that he can get off the side of Valor is going to be an advantage for him. Will get one onto Lost, doing a little bit of damage onto Strokey as well. Will almost get the kill, but Strokey will take him down in the end, and that is going to be the round coming through for Valor. We are at a score of 7-4 right now. If Valor can take this next round as well, they should be happy with their scoreline. They should be happy with their performance. Looking at the buy coming in, both these teams do have a full buy. However, it's going to be the side of Valor who does have 2 players on half armor, while the side of Galaxy Sports only has 1. Looking at the ultimates available as well, Trist again almost has his lockdown just 1 kill away, so he will be looking to capitalize on that. The null command from Lucia is available as well, so if there are any players who are going to be playing post plant or ultimates, he can just shut it down or even use it for retaking his site really quickly. Meanwhile, that's going to be Rossi, who's again peeking really aggressively towards this mid angle here, trying to see if he can get a frag or 2, but that doesn't seem to be the case as no one seems to have been picking him back here. So far, it seems to be a B execute coming in for the side of Team Valor here. The Omen Paranoia comes through, and the KO ult is popped as well. The null command will give away his position though, so he's just gonna possibly be wall banked here. Now mind, Lucia will take down JN. Pasha Sahel finally managing to take down Lucia, but it's gonna be the trade coming through from Beast. And in fact, the KO can be revived here if you want, and that does seem to be the case. The sound is being faked, and it's gonna be Rossi who gets one more, but it's gonna be Strokey left alone in a 1v4. Spike dropped onto B side, gets 1 kill onto Lost. Just Strokey left, and can he make this happen? Never mind, Trist will take him down. It's gonna be an 8-4 half for the side of Galaxy Esports, again with the ultimate flex coming in from Trist, and that's gonna be the side switch right now.
I mean, I have to give props to Lucia though. The timing to use the null command when Omen was trying to use the smoke to block lines of sight from mid, that did not happen. And Rossi takes use of that advantage and picks out 2 players just like that. That is why you see KO being picked a lot, because he can suppress almost anything. He can suppress the blade storms, he can suppress the chamber's abilities, which in fact that's his main thing, because he needs weapons, which is a very powerful weapon as well, that can deal some major damage on their end. And taking that out is a huge menace for the opposition team to deal with. And KO is definitely the right man to do it. For now, pistol rounds will come in yet again from the second half. A one-way smoke in towards A main from the from the Omen. The tags will come in too. And JN needs to be a bit afraid, because the way the execution is going on here from Galaxy Esports is going to be on the A side too. Paranoia will deal some major damage though, because Buster gets two. Lucia and Beast will go down. They have to continue the execution here. JN gonna go down as well. So does Shoki, which means that the advantage here is still in the hands of EL. Trist, the man, we see some miraculous plays. Can he make this clutch here? 1v3. Very low on HP, but he has Ghost. All he needs to do is get one shot in close range. It's going to be a tough one. He still has the spike in hand, but there you go. That's one. Pasha Sahil's gone. And now you need to focus on the other two. Now Sova, recon dart, info has been given, and that is going to be even more risky for Trist, as he needs to figure out a way to go back. On the B side, though, still in control of Bullet. Left. But if he takes out Buster, though, it's going to be even more detrimental here. When Trist think of making a decision to head in towards the B side, not quite sure it's a good idea though. Oh boy, 5 HP. Now he's all by himself. What can happen here? In just 10 seconds, we could say that Trist might have lost this round. But anything can happen here in this 5 seconds. Although I would say he only has 4 seconds to go in for the plant spike. I believe he's going to do exactly that. The plant will happen, and here comes Buster.
On my way.
Busted in the hands of the Ghost. 8-5, and we see Valor win their first pistol round.
That was a nice try coming in from Tristro. He getting that 3k, almost trying to clutch the round out, but unfortunately he didn't have time, he didn't have HP, and that is going to be the round. They didn't even let him get the plant, so you're not going to be really CFOs coming in here. Rossi does opt to go for that Marshall, trying to see if he can get a kill or two off of mid, but apart from that, it's going to be the rest of the team playing off of just pistols. Never mind, Rossi changes his mind, goes for the Frenzy instead. Looking at the opposite side though, it is going to be Motives of Fulfire. In fact, Buster going in for that half armor as well as that Vandal. Now this could be a game changer, because if that Vandal is dropped somehow, it is going to be a free gun for the side of the attack, and they could definitely capitalize on that. God knows it's happened enough to me and my teammates. One of us buys a Vandal, we give it, and that's going to be that. It seems to be a very straightforward A execute here, and they want to try and get control of the side. 2 players towards mid. Again, I like the methodicalness, trying to see how they clear out vines, make sure that there's nobody in that angle, and that's going to be the Omen smoke, the Sova recon, as well as a bunch of the utility being dumped out here. Pasha Sahil as well as Buster getting killed already. Lucia getting one, but it's going to be just an awkward reload, in fact, as Pasha Sahil will take him as he re-peaks. At least they managed to get one gun off the board. That's something, but it is going to be a pretty good round from Valor, that as everybody managed to go in for a buy. And this is the thing, they still have Buster's rifle, so even if Buster can get 1 or 2 kills, that's gonna be upgrades coming in for the rest of his teammates, and it's gonna make things much more tough for the side of Galaxy Esports, because if they don't make this round work, if they don't win Valor's bonus, it's gonna push them into an eco again and make a comeback very easy for Valor, because right now what they had as an 8-4 lead is gonna be pushed to an 8-6, so it's gonna make things really rough here.
Yep, it will be, especially with the bonus round being even more dangerous here, knowing that Buster and Bullet, both of them has the Vandal in hand. And I believe currently we see Galaxy Esports currently playing for picks, although some of the utilities been dumped from B main. Actually, not from B main, from A main. The smokes, even the swamp grenade. Lucia might get caught up. No, he will survive, and JN will calmly fall back, giving the info. And I believe that they are still currently waiting for picks here. Again, the all drone to try to give info from mid cubby. Unfortunately, they won't be able to find one. Although the suppression blade might be able to get Bullet though. This way, they'll make a decision to head in towards the A site. Although KJ I believe that is Strokey still in the mid side, hopefully to try to pick out one or two players. If that happens, though, it's going to be even more powerful when they try to execute in towards the A side, because not only they have control on mid, but they also have control on mid cubby too. But the execute needs to happen. Here comes VL Strokey once again to take out two players, and here comes retaliation from Beast once again. They have control, they just have to go in for the plant. Door's been closed, and in 25 seconds, the post plant will come into 2v2. Valor still having a lot of issues on their defense. I mean, not on defense though, on attack, but on defense, I can say that they still have a chance here. Bullet needs to arrive at the right time, and I believe Buster's going to wait exactly for that. Two players still below rafters. It's going to be even more difficult for them to deal with. My goodness, lost. What a shot. Hopefully I could have seen this, but here comes Buster once again. Info. Does he seize it? Yes, he does. It's Beast. Can he get a second? No! Headshot from Beast. Denies with the Empress. And Galaxy Esports will reclaim their win on attack. 9-6. My god, what a close round again. What a close round.
I mean, they might have won the round, but at what cost is the question, because they're going to lose 4 of their rifles. That's going to be half armor as well as a Spectre coming in for the side for most of their players in the round there. They do, however, have that Killjoy lockdown to work with, so it's probably going to be a B execute. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, it's going to be a full buy coming in for most of Valor's players, except for the fact that they're all on light armor. JN does have that operator as well, so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of impact he can have on it. He is playing towards mid. However, none of Galaxy's players are really peeking there, so they're playing this really cautiously. If anyone does peek peeling, they're in for a surprise, because JN has that op and he doesn't seem like he wants to miss. JN realizing that he doesn't, there's nobody playing that right now, is going to be going around here, going back towards the A side. I think that they expect an execute here, because there are 3 players playing towards that A side, one of them being the Killjoy as well. Looking at what they should hit, though, if it's a B execute, it should be more likely to occur because of the fact that there is only Reyna there right now. It's going to be 2 players marked and spotted to a shot. It's going to be Rossi as well as the KO, though. Meanwhile, the spike is on its way to B, so it's all going to come down to just Buster here. If Buster can stay alive, if Buster can get a couple of kills, it's going to be the round for the side of the defense here. The Killjoy lockdown will come down, giving away the fact that it's going to be a B execute, and it's going to be the Paranoia coming through, as well as 4 players push their way into the site here. Nobody there to stop them. KO Molly coming through as well. There will be beautiful recon spotting out one player. That's going to be Beast going down there. It's going to be a 4v5 retake attempt incoming. Spike should go down safely, but Rossi will take down Strokey, making it a 4v4. Shock darts coming through, doing a lot of damage here to Pasha Sahil, bringing him to a really low HP. JN will get that pick with the operator though onto Rossi, making it a 3v2 right now, as Trist somehow gets 2 kills, will be falling back. Is really low here. Both Pasha Sahil as well as his TM JN will be taken down, but it's gonna come down to Trist here. 3 bullets left. Gets a headshot as well. What a clutch for Trist, as he makes that round work out somehow with the 4K. I really wish we were watching this man's point of view, because that was quite phenomenal.
Yep, yes indeed, Zach. 21 kills to Trice, and my god, what a performance here that he's been doing here for the team, for Galaxy Esports. And my goodness, 10-6. For a moment, I thought Valor was gonna clutch the round, and the way how Rossi was just pushing in towards mid. For a moment there, I thought they had it under control, but that did not happen. It was an instant turnaround that immediately led Valor to their demise, and Rossi is definitely angry about this. Again, aggressive push, and Strokey goes bye-bye. Although I would say that there is still one more player to be dealt with, and that is the Sova, and Rossi wants to contest this. JN, Sova low on HP, and glad to get that. And now it's just the final player left now, Buster. In a 1v4 situation, we've seen him made some miraculous plays. Can he do this once more? The dash, the shot, can he gets it? No, it's Rossi. 3 kills from the man. Buster's gonna go down to 11-6, and with the ultimate, I believe, the Blade Storm and From the Shadows still being available for GX, it's gonna be even more tougher for VL to even counter it.
Definitely, it is going to be a rough counter. Looking at the ultimates available, guess who almost has his ultimate again, even though he just used it last round? That's going to be Trist. You're absolutely right. Rossi and Beast also do have their ultimates, the Blade Storm. In fact, almost everybody on Galaxy Esports either has an ultimate or is just 1 or 2 ultoms away from it. On the opposite side, it's going to be Strokey who has that lockdown as well, which will make retaking much more easier. It's gonna be Rossi who dashes and taking a lot of damage from the nanostorms. Will be tagged as well by the recon. I don't know if he expects a player to be here backside, and I think he does. It's gonna be backup coming in as well from the Omen. Strokey getting 1 kill, getting 2 kills. Spike dropped on site as well, as Lucia will go down to JN. It's gonna be just Lost and Beast left here trying to make this work. But player stuck towards mid. Buster will take him down. It's gonna come down to Lost here. Playing alone in a 1v3 situation. Spike dropped on B side. All alone, no friends left. Has to try and clutch yourself if he wants his team to get to match point. And I don't see how he's gonna do that because he can get one, but the trade will come through immediately. Yep, as I said, it's gonna be him taking on Buster, but Bullet will get that trade. Not even taking any damage, so he doesn't even have to buy armor. And that's gonna be the 7th round for Valor, a round that they really, really needed because otherwise it would have been match point and they wouldn't have had a buy either. I think that's off the back of that play from Pasha Sahil, you know. Was like, you know what, Strokey, don't worry, I got you, man. I'm gonna come help you out. Ults into the back of B side with his ultimate from the shadows and is there for a beautiful paranoia, a little bit of help assisted for his friend Strokey there, and they managed to hold on to the B side as well as keep Galaxy Esports from going to match point.
Yep, that should be their main objective, making sure that Galaxy Esports wouldn't put themselves on match point. Suppression won't get caught off from Strokey, which means that the Alarm bot is still alive, but it will get destroyed nonetheless. Now JN, he is the game changer. He needs to make those risky plays from mid so that he can pick out one of the plays. No, the timing! Oh no, the timing! He would have almost got... He would have almost took out Sova at that time, but that timing is what... It's not going to let JN get that kill. I'll just fall back in towards the mid site and hopefully he'll be able to get 1 or 2 kills. My goodness. Oh boy. For a moment there, I thought Valor had the advantage, but no, Galaxy Esports. They still has this under control. Again, slip of the tongue, I do have to apologize for that. The amount of
I think whenever you see Rossi, you just get confused.
Yeah, I always get confused whenever I see Rossi because he doesn't even have GX on it, so it's always confusing. But yeah, the suppression. Anyways, the suppression will come in and Rossi will close the doors. It will succeed nonetheless. Although they forgot about the turret though, which will get destroyed nonetheless. Here comes aggressive peek here from Rossi once again. That's one. Second from Beast to take out Strokey. And with the trade coming in, it's going to be even more difficult because it's going to be post plant here. And Valor needs to succeed, or else it's going to be a match point for Galaxy.
Definitely, it's going to be a 2v3 retake coming in, and Triss still has that lockdown, by the way, so if he wants to pop it to buy a little bit of extra time, yep, he is going towards Mina at B-main. I think he does want to pop that ultimate for his team. It will give away his position, though, see, he's playing this really, really cautiously here. It's going to be Buster trying to clear out all these angles, trying to make sure that there's nobody playing towards main. Does not check it properly, though, because the clock is ticking, and it is going to be match point for the side of Galaxy Esports. Just 1 round away from winning this and sending Team Valor home. But yeah, but back to Rossi here. Don't worry, Baba Gusta. I made the same mistake because I think he streams on YouTube. And you know, one day I was like, Rossi is live, and I went and clicked on it. It was like Galaxy Rossi, not SK Rossi, and the guy looks completely different. I was so confused, and then I realized, okay, it's just another Rossi. It's a popular name,
There's
I guess.
an imposter among us.
There are multiple imposters among us because the OG Rossi is, you know, the race car driver and not any of these players. But either way, all of them are very talented in different ways, and yeah, they've been putting up a show. Rossi manages to pick up the operator as well. Looking at the eco for Valor, man, it's kind of sad because they do have 2 rifles, but it's gonna be just a Sheriff as well as a Spectre for Bullet and Strokey, and it's gonna make things really rough. They do have 4 ultimates available, so it might make things better for them. Try and play with JN, not really having a good game today, I can say, because, you know, you saw him pop off yesterday, 20-something kills, and today he's just not able to make it happen. But either way, it's going to be Rossi who's like, yeah, you know what, I don't like this operator. I want to show objective. I'm going to go take that Blade Storm, and he gets 2 kills off the Blade Storm. It's going to be the Hunter's Fury popped as well. Will take down Rossi, and Pasha Sahil will take on Lucia, but Triss doesn't clear this corner. Will be taken down, give a rifle away. Going to be a 2v3 right now. The advantage to the side of Valor. Here's a lesson for you, all of you playing Valorant, ladies and gentlemen. Always clear your corners because you never know who's going to be lurking what. Meanwhile, the Beast has lurked his way onto the B side here, trying to see if anyone's going to be coming mid, but it doesn't seem to be the case. The Recon Bolt coming through as well. And Beast, yes, does manage to get that kill onto Bullet here. Will pop the Hunter's Fury as well to see if they can get a kill as the door will break. It's gonna come down to Sova, who has to make his way into side with a spike, but the spike is stuck in main, and it's gonna be Strokey and Pasha Sahil with a beautiful double peek who keep the dream alive for Valor.
Oh, so close though, I would say. If Lost would have used the Hunter's Fury consecutively to, handle the mid, handle it towards mid market, maybe he would have, gotten most of that kill. But just keep that in mind. Previous round, it was almost, a half buy from Valor, and recovering that round is going to be even more huge here because now they have Spectres and Vandals. Meanwhile, we did get to see, Jane only had, pistols because he had the Blade Storm. He thought he could have used it to take out one or two players, but Rossi decides to do, you know, Rossi decides to do exactly that and take out Jane instead. It's going to be, it was a very difficult situation there on previous, but I'm glad they brought themselves back up. But they still need to keep going because they still need to get 3 more wins in order to equalize themselves and put this match on OT. And look at the aggression here from Galaxy Esports. All 3 players in towards mid. Shock darts, smokes, utilities, everything being dumped, and try to confuse the players who are holding on mid, thinking that they're executing into us B, but no, it's not. But the paranoia will come in at the right time. The information will come in, and here comes Jian with the first frag. And he gets a second. No, Trish comes in with the refrag, and now they will proceed to head it towards the site on A. Can he get 2 kills? No, Pasha and Buster is still alive, and they're making some huge major damage. Killjoy's lockdown also come in. PL Bullet making so much work, and they're still alive, folks. Valor is not giving up just yet. 12-9. 3 more rounds to put this on OT. Can this happen?
Definitely going really, really closely here. I thought that would be over, but a nice play coming in from Batra Sahil towards shot. I like how this man times his paranoias almost perfectly. Either way, though, it is going to be, I think, an eco coming in for the side of Galaxy Esports here because that was sort of a force the last time itself. They are going to have a couple of sheriffs, a marshal, and a frenzy to play with. Meanwhile, JN has that op again. Doesn't have armor though, so it could be the marshal which takes him down at the end. Killjoy turret coming out as well for information towards mid, towards short, but nobody is picking that angle. Jane is playing towards A heaven here, trying to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure these guys are gonna expect the op here, but I don't want to do that. It will be a refrag coming in from Tris though, as Bullet takes down Beast. A nice trade coming in, but that's gonna be the smoker down, so it's gonna make things even more rough because looking at the fact that there is no cover available, it's gonna make things much more tough. I like how patiently these players are playing yet again. Nobody's managed to pick up that gun either because they're guessing that there's probably another player watching it. And Rossi, though, will get a headshot with that Marshal onto Buster. That's going to be the second kill coming in for the side of Galaxy Esports. They do have the numbers advantage, if not the gun advantage. So it's going to make things a bit easier for them. Just they decide to go towards mid here. It's going to be just Strokey here holding the line. The alarm bot will give away the information that there is going to be a player here. Will be able to pick up 1 hero rifle as well. It's going to be Strokey though getting that first kill onto Rossi, and it's going to be an attempted trade coming in. Lost will get that trade. It's going to be a 2v2 right now. Both these players do have rifles in their hand, and the spike plant will come through for Lost here. Looking at the ultimates available, they do not have any. Nobody has anything to play with. It's going to be Jayan though, who has to try and switch out this gun operator for a rifle here if he wants to help his teammate and double peek, because it's going to be really rough. Pasha Sahil caught off guard, trying to put smokes down. It's all down to Jayan here, left in a 1v2. Dashes into sight, will get the kill onto Lucia. 1v1 right now, both players at low HP. The recon coming through the smoke here will be pushing Jayan off the plant, and it's gonna be Lost and Jayan playing a very tricky game here, and Lost will cap it out with a 3k, a thrifty round for Galaxy Esports to close things out and knock Valor out of this tournament. Okay.
Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady will definitely get Galaxy Esports win their game. Congratulations to Galaxy Esports. My god, what a match I did get to witness here, folks. What a match. 13-9. My god, for a moment there I thought that clutch was going to happen though from JN, but less amount of info did eventually led to the Jet missing most of their gunfights. But I have to say, Rossi, my goodness, even on that thrifty round, getting that Marshall shot was a huge one, because not only did they remove 1 player out of the equation, they also got their weapon, the Vandal from the Sage. From Sova.
From Buster.
And all they have to do is just by taking out Buster, they had the weapon. They just went into the site post plant. It was a 2v2 Omen just got caught up while he was trying to use the smoke. That was a bit of a mistake. It would have been better if he was in cover and then try to use the smoke, but if that Omen was still alive, he would have clutched that that 2v2 situation, and we would have seen Valor come back. But unfortunately, it just got denied, and thanks to them, we're going to see them proceed into the next phase. And yeah, talk about the next future matches that we're going to have. It's going to be live on Loco, so make sure to tune in on that if you guys want to watch even more matchups coming in from Level Up Series 3. But yeah, I have to say, Zach, what a match I did get to witness here on map Ascent. And yeah, congratulations to them. 13-7, I believe. Yeah,
30 to 9,
yeah, 13 to
and
9. Yeah, 13 to 9 is the scorecard. Yeah.
definitely. And you say it's slow and steady, but that game wasn't slow and steady at all because this raw aggression coming in from the side of Galaxy Esports, it was something else to watch. I think Rossi by the end of it had 7 first bloods.
Yeah.
It's not anything to discount. The man doesn't care. He's just gonna go in whatever he has in hand, whether it's his ultimate, whether it's a rifle, whether it's Spectre. He just goes in, tries to get a kill. If not, his teammates are there to back him up. And we have to talk about Trist in this game. Playing the Killjoy, you wouldn't
yeah.
expect to see him at the top of the frag board, but he is gonna be up there with 27 kills, an ACS of 318. It's not exactly normal for Killjoys, and he clutched so many rounds. He was clutching 1v2s. He was getting those trades, and really, really doing a phenomenal job there. I think that all the players for Galaxy as well as Valor, the team coordination was good, but I think that the reason why Galaxy won is because their team coordination was just a smidge better. They did manage to have better comms, and I think that they put in quite a bit of research into seeing how Valor plays, because you saw it in the pistol round, you saw how they were playing, how aggressive they were playing towards mid, knowing that Valor like to take mid control early. You saw it later when they didn't peek into J and SOP most of the time, and it just goes to show that with enough planning as well as really good aim and teamwork, you can beat almost anybody, and that is going to be the case here. Galaxy Esports will be moving on. It's going to be bye-bye to Valor, and before we head into our next match, I think we're going to be taking a short break, so catch us on Loco. This is the Valorant Level Up Series 3, and we'll be back very, very soon.
That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. Yo. Yo. That's how we do it.
All right, folks. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, welcome back to the Valorant Level Up Series 3. We are going for a second match of the day between Team Zenith and Team T16 after the last match we had, which was really, really intense. Like, so far most of the matches we've had in this tournament have been very one-sided dominations, apart from that one between MRZ and ROG Academy. But, today we saw a reasonably close match coming in from Team Valor as well as Team Galaxy. And it's going to be Team Galaxy who moves on after defeating Valor with a scoreline of 13-9. And it was a really, really good game to watch as well as cast it. I had a lot of fun doing it. What do you think about last game, Baba Gusta?
I mean, last game, I definitely have to say it was neck and neck. I mean, Valor, they gave their level best. Galaxy Esports, they did the same too. But in the end, there's always that one tiny little mistakes that always ends up being their demise. And I would say most of those rounds was very close. I mean, 13 to 6, I believe, right? 13 to 6 was the scoreline. No, it's 13-9. Again, apologies. It's just sometimes when I try to. Oh, there you go. Sometimes when I try to get my information, it's always sometimes wrong. But I had the info right here. So yeah, it was 13-9. And Galaxy Esports, my God, what a performance though from Rossi and also the KJ as well.
Trust, yes.
Yeah, it's just there's nothing much more else to say about that match. But talk about performance wise, both of them really played well, but in the end only one has to proceed next, and Galaxy Esports did succeed in doing that. So but I still have the second match to go, folks. We still have team T69 versus Zenith. And my God, we're going to be seeing Icebox now. I am so happy that I'm going to see Icebox, because 4 matches of Ascent back to back. All like now I can just hear my voices of Ascent every single time when they push in towards the side. Now I can see a different map now. Icebox. It's just technically, the teams are telling us to chill because it's Icebox. So who knows? Maybe you might see some chilling performance in this matchup, don't you think, Zach?
Definitely, it's gonna definitely make your blood run possibly cold here as we do head into as we are gonna be heading into Icebox. And I think your habit of making interesting puns and bad jokes is growing on me, Baba Gustav, because I feel tempted to do the same every time we have an opportunity here. But anyway, it is gonna be Icebox, which is going to be the next map coming up. And I think we're going to be heading into the agent select screen pretty shortly. So looking at the agents which are usually run for Icebox, it is going to be a Viper that is meta, though you do see some Omen coming in. It's usually as a second controller, not as just the solo controller. It is going to be a Viper coming in for both these teams as well. Looking at what they're picking, it's going to be Shanks, the Winstalocks, the Jet, Rafa going for the Jet on the opposite side, and it's going to be Binks. who goes in for a Sage instead. I say it's really weird seeing Binks on Sage because you always see him on Raze, Watching him play Sage is gonna be an interesting experience. Meanwhile, it is going to be an almost mirror lineup coming in so far. In fact, it is gonna be a mirror matchup. It's gonna be a Viper, Sage, Sova, Chamber, and Jet, and almost meta comp coming in for the side of both these teams here. And both the agents are same, the agent picks are same, and it's gonna be interesting to see which team plays better because there's no difference. Like last map, we saw that Buster was playing the Reyna and there was a KO on the side of Galaxy Esports. But this time, there's going to be no agent difference. It's just going to come down to who plays which agent better and hits their shots better. And I'm excited to see who's going to walk away the winner from this, whether it's going to be Team T69 or Team Zenith.
Yep, the match is on, folks. Match number 2, Team T69 versus Team Zenith. Boy, it's going to be an amazing match to look at here, folks. Once again, Icebox, round number 1, pistol rounds. What will happen next? And I'm quite curious to know what's going to happen next, though, because last time I remember, T69 had a very great day on their stream matches, though. Let me just get the information here. Yeah, there you go. Team 69 versus L-Streak Executioners, 13-2. If I get the second match as well, they went up against Young Esports as well, 13-2. I mean, they just had a blast on Ascent. I mean, we saw T69 play the same map of Ascent, and now they're playing a different map, which in fact is going to be very challenging for them. And also, it's quite, like we don't know how the performance will work out for them, but the amount of change here that we're going to see, going to be an interesting one to look at here once again. Pistol round though. We're just going to see who will get the first lead. And talking about Shanks, who is just currently playing in a very risky game here, but the execute needs to happen though. A execute. I believe this is going to be a fake though, because Sage is currently in towards the B side. He's just waiting for the callouts, and if they get that one single frag, they'll just head in towards B and go in for the plant. Although not having mid control is going to be even much more difficult, because then Shanks, he's prepped and ready. Sheriff, can he get the shot? Let's go. That's one. Second won't happen though. Here comes Crackshot. Can he get the shot? Nope. Binks comes in with the rescue, and now they will proceed into the A execute here once again with 39 seconds. What will happen next?
It is going to be a 3v4 right now. The Viper is really low though, so they might still be able to make this work. And it's going to be an execute. The spike is going to be going down towards... it is going to be Mr. Weaves getting the kill on Null as well. Make that a 2v4 here. Sheriff finally managing to get a kill, but Binks is still playing a really cheeky angle. He might be able to catch a player off guard. And yep, that is going to be the case. Simon will be able to take Binks down, but it's going to be him left in a 1v2. And as I say that, it's going to be the other Viper who takes Simon down, lurking in through mid. And that's going to be round number 1 for the side of Team T69. A relatively close round, but then nevertheless, it's going to be them walking away with the victory. They also did manage to get that spike plant, so they will be able to have a full bike coming in. On the opposite side, it's going to be Shanks who is going to be going in for that Marshall. You usually see this from the Jets coming in, especially on Icebox where you have like literally long sight lines, which are super effective because, if you can hit a headshot with a Marshall or even get 2 body shots, that's going to be a kill. So it's worth investing that 950, especially with the Marshall being buffed, with the price being lowered. Either way though, it does seem to be a mid execute coming in so far for the side of the attackers here as they rush through mid. Trying to make their way onto site, and Shanks is right here, tries to dash away, but Binks will be able to get that kill and close things out. That's gonna be the Marshall. God, there's another player. The other players are all towards CT here, trying to break the wall here. You hear them coming in, and it's gonna be the Viper who is the first point of contact here. Crackshot holding, seeing if she can get a kill here, and Sheriff will be able to take Binks down. It's gonna be the Viper molly coming in, the snake bite coming in, trying to prevent any kind of pushes coming in. The smoke will come through as well, trying to help the team stay alive here. It's gonna be a 4v4 here. A lot of damage can be done here. An awkward reload comes in though, and that's going to be Sheriff who gets another kill onto the Viper. It's going to be Zen Simon who tries to push in through the smoke here. A lot of spray coming in through the smoke, but Simon will nevertheless stay alive. Mr. Beans will take out Sheriff as well. Ding coming onto Rafa, but Rafa will get that kill, and 2 players will go down, but the round will nevertheless go to Team T69. A nice try coming in for the side of Team Zen, but it's still going to be Team T69 who take it home.
I think we should also bring the spike.
Yes, indeed. 2-0. Team T69 successfully winning 2 rounds of attacks, whereas Zenith's attempt to gain mid control was not going well in their favor though, because you saw three players mainly focusing on taking out the friction, who was playing as the Viper. Although they did succeed, they did waste quite a lot of time in their hands though. So I would say the early kill coming in from Sheriff and Simon might have something else to say, because already two players gone here from T69 and they want to continue the aggression into the mid side. Friction, beautiful shot from the Vandal to take out Simon. Now he needs to be careful of the kitchen side, and here comes the trouble. The owl drone, which can give instant info of the Viper, and she's being tagged. It's going to be even more difficult though. The shock dart, will it connect? No, it won't. And now Sheriff doesn't have any abilities except his recon dart, which will appear in just 5 seconds. Where is the support? You still have crack shot still in mid contesting. And if he does not take out Mr. Beebs, it's going to be even much more difficult though, because the spike's been picked up. Just needs to come back at the right time. My goodness, Crackshot almost had the shot, but Beebs will survive. Still has the spike in hand, and the execute has to be on A. And the information being given from Crackshot, they will currently give a lot of reinforcements. You still need to be careful of the Viper, who is currently in the B site, waiting for that perfect moment to take out the Jet. Spikes will be given to the chamber, and now he'll fall back into the B site here once again. This is just mind games coming in from T69, and Friction, look at that, beautifully played. Patience is the key, and Shanks will get caught off from that. 4 seconds left though. They just need to go in for the plant, and Chamber will do exactly that. Plant will come in post plant, and it's a 3v3. Sova is just 1 HP. He only has 5 HP left. Survived from crack shot. My god, if he survives here and gets most of these kills, it's going to be even more detrimental here for Zenith. They don't figure out a solution here once more. Recon to give info, and I believe one of them will get caught up. No, they won't. Sova will survive as of now. He will come back with his own recon drone too, but no, you forgot about the Sage's wall. Commitment, will it work? Yes, it does. Null is still here. 2 kills from him, and it's just Emo all by himself. My goodness, he will stop the plant, and it's not even half defused. It's gonna be even more detrimental, and here comes Emo, the savior for T69. Oh boy, so close, and somehow Emo gets it with the Spectre to take out both of those players. What more can I say? T69, they are looking so strong on these 3 rounds, and Zenith, they were so close to get that victory, but it just gets snatched away from them. It's just snatched away just like that.
That works.
Definitely, it was so close, but they played that a little bit too slowly. They didn't have the time, and that run and gun coming in from Emo is going to be what clutches them the round, as he did have the Spectre, did manage to take it out. Crackshot, who was trying to defuse his spike. Meanwhile, those Zen Shanks will get that first kill onto Friction here with a lovely headshot from that Marshall. There's going to be the A side taken though, as they manage to make their way in, and the plan should be coming through from Emo relatively soon. Null will take down the kill onto Rafa as well. 2 kills going down from the Marshal. It's going to be a 5v3 retake. The Sova does have that Hunter's Fury to play with, and that does seem to be the plan here. Looking at where he's playing. Null trying to get a little bit of wallbang damage through here, but it's going to be Crackshot who takes down Mr. Bleeves. Binks will finally get a kill onto Sheriff here, but it's going to be the Resurrection coming through as well, as Rafa will be back here to play. But Null is like, nope, not happening, buddy, as he will come back. And that's going to be a 3rd kill for Null off the Marshal. It's going to be just Binks left in a 1v3 here. Has to try and clutch this out for the team. Will go down to Crackshot. That's going to be a Sage Shift coming in, and it's going to be the first round for Zenith. A Thrifty on top of everything else, and 3 kills on the Marshal. I don't know how he hits those shots, bro.
I mean, Null's the name. 3 kills the game for him. Although I was trying to create my own pun, but I would say this wasn't a very good pun. I have to admit, but yeah, 3 kills from the Marshal, Zach. For a moment there, I thought Null wouldn't have get it, but instantly when he realized that there was a revive, he just immediately went to the same spot and took him out once again. I mean, it's just a beautiful sight to see though. But talking about Team T69, definitely not looking too good on their ends though, because when it comes to the economy wise, not much. Tour de Force will come in from Emo, hopefully to try to pick out players one by one. And the information from Mr. Beeb's Owl Drone's battery will run out as well, but he only has info from the Viper, so he's gonna go in with a risky play, and that risky play will give them the kill. Rafal with the first. Simon down. 4 remains, and here comes the problem here. Viper's Pit will be in effect for Team T69, and Zenith needs to figure out a way to take out players one by one. Plant will come in, and here comes the answer for the Sheriff. The default plant will be taken out. They just have to wait for a few more seconds. Here comes the second plant. There isn't any denials here. So it's going to be post-plant immediate. Now, how will Zenith play from this? It's going to be even more difficult, though, because there's already 2 players down. And Zenith, they're losing a lot of players here. Sheriff's going to go. Sheriff will take one more. And it's just Sheriff who will get taken out from none other than Binks himself. 4-1. Team 69 still getting the lead.
Yep, that is going to be Team T69 taking another round. The Viper split, very, very confusing for everybody involved in that exchange. That looking at Eco, though, it's going to be Null who does have that 2 of the 4s to play with, the Chambers operator. And it's going to be Shanks who also does have an operator if he wants. Does have a Bladestorm to work with as well. Multiple ults online here for the side of Team Zenith. So they should be able to make this round work in their favor if they're careful. On the other side, though, it's going to be Rafa who's closest to his ult, 2 points away from the Bladestorm. Yep, Simon is going to be popping his ultimate here. It's going to be the Viper ult, making sure that A side is much harder to take. Null as well will be spotted by the Recon Bolt. Will get tagged not once, twice, so he will have to be, he will have to move out of line of sight there and try to stay alive. It's going to be Mr. Beeps who will send some shock darts over, probably trying to take him down. But look at Binks' position. He walks all the way around this Viper's pit, trying to see if he can get a kill or two. And I don't think they expect his position here, because it's going to be Sheriff who probably gets taken down. And yep, that's going to be Binks getting that first frag onto Sheriff as he walks through that A side trying to get a kill. Mr. Beeps will take on Null as well. Simon, though, will get Mr. Emo in exchange. Simon getting 2 kills. In fact, Rafa goes down as well. And that's going to be the spike going down towards CT. Crackshot will take down Binks as well. He is caught off guard here. And that's going to be a 2v3 retake attempt. 3v2 retake attempt incoming for the side of Zenith here. The spike is planted for CT. They don't know the location of these players, though, so it's going to make things really rough. Spam comes through from Shanks here. Won't be spotted out by the Recon either, so he should be able to stay alive. Simon will get spotted, and it is going to be Mr. Beeps who gets 1 kill onto Crackshot. Shanks as well taking a lot of damage here as the Viper spit will go down. It's going to be everybody low, in fact. 1v1 Viper versus Viper, though one Viper is significantly healthier than the other. And as Simon tries to get the defuse, it's going to be the spam coming through, and that is going to be the round going to Team T69 there off the back of their Viper's clutch. But it was a nice try from Zenith. It was pretty close.
I mean, I wouldn't just take a close round, but Friction, my god, he has... I mean, the amount of confidence he had to plant, even with the opponent's Viper's Pit being included, is just... it's just no words that I can talk about from Friction, my god. For a moment I thought, they were going to plant in from default, but no, he was like right from outside the Viper's Pit. Plants it, even though there is player from mid, and somehow he survives. My goodness, what happened to Binks? Already 2 kills to take out 2, another one from Friction to take out Sheriff from mid. What just happened? Hello. And talk about Zenith. Just lost a lot of players here once again. 2 players remain, and Simon with the Spectre. It's gonna be even more difficult. Info from Skull! Oh, Marshall, so supreme once again. Rafal will get caught off from that. And a second kill from Beeps to take out Simon. Now he has info, and the last player will get picked off as well from none other than Binks. I just have to say, what just happened from that mid push? I mean, last time I remember in the kill count, I saw Binks get 2 kills from mid. And I just realized Binks was playing Raze on Ascent for the past 3 matches, and now I see him play as the Sentinel. This shows that Binks is actually he's actually doing great when it comes to both playing as the duelist as well as the Sentinel, because it shows that he has more knowledge about the agents and he's playing it accordingly. I mean, yes, the mid push from Binks was a bit unorthodox, but still it did get the job done. 3 kills from him, and it's giving Team T69 the lead that it needs, 6-1 on a map like Icebox. But I have to say, like, most of the curses that we'd expect from Icebox is from, I mean, most of the curses that we talk about, the 9-3 curse, it always happens on Icebox itself. I mean, I don't know if it's a very defender favored map or if the attackers have difficulties. It's just we don't have the proper idea to it, but the curse still happens though. But I would say it doesn't happen all the time, but if it does though, oh boy, we might head in for a very bumpy ride.
I mean, it might not, but either way, that's gonna be the round off of Binks. And like you mentioned, he does have the experience. He's been in the scene from almost the beginning, and he does have the experience to play really, really well. And it is gonna be the case. It's a very fast execute coming in on that A side. So a recon being broken won't catch any of these players, though they know there's several players here. It's gonna be Binks though, who's watching the mid push and luck here. It's a bit weird. Shanks will open things out with a kill onto Mr. Babes with that operator in hand. It's gonna be Rafa though who gets the shade. Shanks again with a kill onto Emo, but will be traded out by Rafa again. And Banks again, he's getting so many kills that he's able to have a resurrection every other round. So every 2 or 3 rounds he is able to get that revive, and it is going to be 2 players coming backstab, and I think Mr. Beeps realizes that it's gonna be Crackshot who tries to take the first pick, but now is there for the shade. It's gonna be a 2v3 right now as Rafa makes his way back, trying to take down this player, and he will hit the perfect headshot onto Null, making the scoreline a 7-1. 7 rounds for team T69, and they've only lost 1 Thrifty, and that too, it was pretty close. Either way though, it is going to be after the timeout, you think that they reevaluate tactics, but I feel like team T69 realized that yeah, look, maybe we've been playing a little bit slow. We're just gonna rush in. We have the lead, we have the firepower, we have the talent, so let's just be the new strategy that they've come up with during timeout, which Zenith took. Meanwhile, looking at the scoreboard for both these teams, it's gonna be Binks of all people who is gonna be top fragging. He's really hitting his shots here, doing a lot of damage, and Rafa will not be taking up any damage to the left. The Marshall misses. The Hunter's Fury will come through from Mr. Beebs as well, but doesn't really catch anybody. Will do some damage to Shanks here, who is going to be playing towards that backside, but he will nevertheless remain alive. Binks will manage to get a kill in the meantime as well, with Sheriff going down to him. And it's going to be a 4v5 retake attempt coming in right now. Very soon as the spike should be going down. Mr. Beebs trying to plant the spike will be pulled up by Binks' wall, but it is going to be a spike nevertheless going down. And let's see if Zenith can actually make this retake happen. We saw them win Thrifties before, but can they do it again?
I mean, that's the toughest question, Zach. Although Binks is still alive and kicking, he'll absolutely get 1 kill though. Meanwhile, we see Shanks again doing some major damage, but he's just still alive. He gets 1, he gets 2. Can he get a 3rd from Shanks? The Marshal is very difficult, but he'll get it in the end. Look at that. Already 8 wins on attack for Team T69 and Zenith. Despite their efforts in their rushes, it's not working out though. I mean, every single time you see a player who gets picked out, immediately you see Binks resurrect, or you might see them, holding most of their flanks. And how confident Binks is at holding flanks shows that T69 is capable of succeeding in every attack.
Take out their healer.
The same thing can be said to Zenith too. It's just that the timing and less amount of information that they're gathering from this is making it even more difficult for them to gather, because every time there's a recon being thrown out, it either gets smoked off or taken out. And look at that, Rafal with the first, just by executing from A, and he wants to continue the aggression once more. He might be able to pick out Simon here, and he will do exactly just that. My goodness, crack shot. She'll definitely get that one too. Not having any problems at all. A site will be theirs, but it's all a distraction in the end. B site is compromised. Spike's been planted.
I'm too far.
2v3. They have their weapons. They have the Vandals in their hand. But is this more than enough to succeed? Actually, it can though. 3v3. Let's see what happens.
It's gonna be the resurrection that comes through, and Emo will spot out a player under the tube here, will try to get that kill. Is gonna eventually fall back though, because he doesn't want to go up against people who might be possibly pushing him from a different angle. It's gonna be the spike ticking really fast here, and it's gonna make things really rough. Crackshot getting the headshot onto Emo, but there's no time left. They will have to just try and save these rifles as well as the operator, and that's exactly what they're gonna be doing, going back towards that A site and mid. And what a costly round for the side of team Zenith because they invested the Sage ult. They managed to try and get onto site. They did get a pick, but it's gonna make things really rough in this round because even though 3 of them save their guns too, the other 2 don't really have any money. Of course, Null can play off the tour de force, so it's gonna just leave Sheriff, who is struggling to come up with some kind of a buy here that is viable. Meanwhile, the Team T69 looks quite comfortable on economy as well as ultimates. They do have that Blade Storm from Rafa. He chooses to use it. He's had it for a few rounds now. I don't know if he wants to. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Either way, though, it's gonna be the 11th round happening in this game between Team T69 and Zenith, and they seems to be an execute so far. Binks with an interesting wall coming in towards mid. Binks doesn't care at this point. He's just WKing and trying to get kills here. Meanwhile, Rafa making his way out of sight as well. It's going to be Binks who takes down Shanks. Emo getting a kill on the Sheriff, but Crackshot will finally take down Binks. Rafa will get that trade, but it's going to be just one player left. Just the Chamber left does have that ultimate to work with, but I don't know if that's going to be enough here because he has to clear out so many angles, has to make so many plays. Manages to pick up a gun, but still, it's going to make things really rough because he's just going to be double peaked from 2 different angles, and with an operator, it's not going to be possible for him to hit those shots. The Hunter's Fury is available as well from Mr. Beef, so if he wants to play post-plant, he can definitely do that.
I mean, with the recon giving information, Null needs to get 2 kills. He might be able to take out the Sova. My goodness, oh boy. Right at Friction's nose, but somehow he will get it. Oh, 10-1. This will be the last round for T69 to increase their lead to 11-1. And talk about the way how Rafal has been playing most of these rounds. He always gets in off angles. Every single round you see Rafal pushing in towards the site, he either updrafts and dashes to get the high ground potential. Sometimes he's at a zip line to try to take out players one by one. He's always at an off angle, which always which somehow is just it just confuses Zenith most of the time, because most of the common angles that you see, the main choke points, it's always difficult, but this time somehow they managed to understand the rhythm of it. Sun in the first, Bing still strong as ever. My goodness, already 2 kills to take out Sheriff and Simon. And what better could it be than Crackshot to take out the enemy Sage? Plant is done. It's a 3v3 here once again, and Team T69 are looking very strong on this. Although Crackshot still in the smoke, but will get picked out from Emo nonetheless. It's going to be even more difficult for them to proceed. Null, we've seen some amazing plays with the Marshal, and he also has the bandit in hand. He might be able to make some plays, but that's not going to happen though, because the smoke of the Viper's Pit is very powerful and pungent, and it's going to give them the victory here once again. 11-1. 2 more wins for Team 69 to proceed to the semis.
Yep, so close but so far away. Almost at match point. It's close to ending this series for them, going to tomorrow's games, which are going to be the semifinals, like you mentioned, best of 3s. And I think that we already do have a team qualified for them for this series. It's going to be Galaxy Esports from last match who did qualify. Just a reminder. And Team T69 is pretty determined to be the other team that is qualifying for the semifinal. They're 11-1, two runs away from match point, and they look to be try and close us out. They are going to be on defense here. 2 players towards that A side, 1 towards B and 2 towards mid. A little bit of aggression coming in mutually, in fact, I think, as Rafa makes his way towards mid, trying to see if there's anyone playing here. But it's going to be Crackshot who gets that first kill onto him with a beautiful headshot. That's going to be Rafa gone. Blinks here towards mid as well. Will take a headshot and will go down. It's gonna be just 3 players left for the side of Team T69 right now. Binks will manage to heal himself up. I don't know if that's gonna be enough as Null comes running in here, and it's gonna be the headshot coming through from Binks. Never mind. The wall will come through from Crackshot, and that is going to be the spike probably going down soon in this 3v4 situation. Yep. Spike. The wall will be finally broken, but it's gonna be Simon who takes down Emo. Beebs gets a trade. It's gonna all come down to the hands of just Binks here in a 1v3. Will spot or Crackshot here, knows the position, but Shanks will get a 3k and that kill onto Binks, closing things out for his team. And it's gonna be the first round in the second half going to the side of Team Zenith here.
Team Zenith looking good for now. I mean, they just won 1 round on defense and 1 round on attack. Meanwhile, we see Team 69 looking very comfortable, winning 11 rounds. But if they get way too comfortable, though, in the second half, things might not look too good in their hands. Because attack rounds, especially on Icebox, is very strong. The same thing cannot be said on defense, though. So if they just pick up an early pick and make sure that they have mid control at all times, maybe we might see T69 survive most of these rounds. Or not. Because Zenith, who is currently have the economy in their hands, they just need to win yet another round without having any more problems. Meanwhile, Shanks is generated yet again with the Sheriffs, but the return though is going to be even more impactful for T69 because they got already 2 kills. Simon though doesn't want to give up just yet. 2 kills to take out 2 of the players from T69, which leads to only 2 players left, Binks and Rafal. Rafal has been quite notorious though for Team Zenith to handle. If he makes those miraculous shots, and Binks, who is still alive, 2 of the dangerous players from Team 69, and one of them gets picked out from Simon once again. Beautifully done though from kitchen side, and it's just Rafal all by himself. They just need to worry about some certain angles. He won't be able to get one, and Zenith will win yet another second round though. Very impactful. It was heavily. This was very necessary for Team Zenith to be winning these rounds out. The eco round, the second round as well, but the third though, the bonus round is what I am mainly concerned of, because the bonus round is exactly where most of the players on the side of Team 69 have their Vandals out, and Zenith, they have their Spectres in hand, but if they just picked up 1 or 2 kills and if they get their weapons instead, it's going to be huge, it's going to be huge influential for them.
It is going to be the Jet though, who does make her way forward, and it will pay for it as M42 Emo will take her down. The recon will come through, spot Rafa's position here. A little bit of wallbang coming in, doing quite a bit of damage to Rafa. In fact, he's gonna have just 40 HP. Mr. Beams will get the second kill onto send the Sheriff here. It's gonna be just 3 players left for the side of defense, and all of them are playing towards the A except for the Vipers. So it's gonna be M42 Emo who has to deal with the Viper here first. It's gonna come down to timing here on the minimap, and Null will take the Viper down. It's gonna be a 4v3 right now. No B side is not open for you. And Binks, look at the position this man has, playing so aggressively towards mid. I don't know if they expect him here. He will hear the running coming in from both these players and will have the perfect flank, I think. Yep, but he will be detected by the Chambers trademark though, and they think that there's gonna be a player flanking now, so they are gonna have to be careful about that. Meanwhile, it's gonna be 30 seconds left on the clock. The spike should go down safely. Smoke as well as wall coming through. Null taking down Binks here, but Mr. Beeves is there for the trade. It's gonna be a 2v3 retake. The ultimate will come through as well. And it's gonna be interesting to see if they can manage this retake, because they don't know the player's position. It's gonna be Crackshot as well as Simon who get 2 of these kills. It's gonna just come down to Mr. Beeves here. Does have that recon to work with, but man, that's not gonna be enough. Will manage to catch Crackshot off guard here. The recon coming through as well, but nobody is close by at all. And it's going to be very little time left on the clock. Mr. Beeves will go down to Simon, and that is going to be the 4th round for the side of Zenith, who are desperately trying to make this comeback happen.
Yes, that I can agree, Zach. They are in desperate to get this comeback, and 4-11 is still concerning though for T69 side, because
Means Zenith?
it's Icebox. I mean, it's Icebox, because most of the second half, there's always sometimes where you think that you have the advantage, and then in the second half it just happens exactly opposite, and it's very difficult to be in that situation. And all TC9 has to do is just cope up with that and make sure that if they find a loophole, if they find a weakness of Zenith's attack, then maybe they can figure out a way to pick them out again. Big's going very aggressive here in towards the mid side. These Shanks glad to get that kill and run away safely. My goodness, Crackshot again missing the opportunity to take out Bings will be even more problematic, because that's a Jet taken care of. I mean, most of the Blade Storms, even the vandals that he had in his hand is no more. He could use it in the next round though, but it's going to be even more difficult for them to proceed. Sheriff, a beautiful shot from the vandal to take out Rafal, which means that both of the jet are down, but Mr. Beeb decides to increase the man count by taking out Null, and that reached through the wall. The guardian shot even more tough, and Binks doesn't know the info of the sheriff, which will be even more problematic here. It's a 3v3. Anything can happen. Still, it can favor the side of Zenith.
30 seconds
Although the
left.
positioning here from Evo might be a lot powerful if he arrives at the right time again. So was Recon, followed up with the Hunter's Fury. Will this connect? Not a lot of damage being dealt. It's going to be even more problematic here once again. Guardian, can he get the shot? No, crack shot will get that kill. And now they're just going in for the plant. No snake bites. Uses the classic. Sees the head. Takes out one. We still need to worry about the other two. And Simon will gladly get the refrag. 5-11. Team Zenith still survives.
Definitely, they do be looking to want to make this comeback here as they get that round. All of these rounds are going really, really close, which is kind of insane. But it's going to be the operator coming through for Shanks right now, even though they are on the side of attack. Shanks is like, you know what, I can make this work. I just need an operator, and that is going to be that. On the side of the defense, there is no operator available. Rafalala seems to be content to play on the back of his Phantom. It's going to be Binks as well, who is forced into a bit of a broken by. Only has a Spectre. Still doesn't care. Is still really aggressively peeking mid here, trying to see if he can get a pick or two, but no one's taking his bait, no one's making his way towards that. These players are just defaulting and playing really patiently to try and see if they can get a pick somewhere or not before they rush anywhere, which is very commendable of them, I would say, because a lot of people make that mistake of getting overconfident and trying to push people when you're ahead. So the fact that even though they're behind, the fact that they're still being so patient and understanding of the plays as well as everything that's going on, it's really something to see. Meanwhile, though, it is going to be the recon coming through from Mr. Beef, the drone coming through from Mr. Beef, trying to clear mid, but won't spot anyone here. Null is on his way down mid, though, so if he can get some good timing here, he might be able to get a pick or two.
Again, still patiently waiting to pick at least one of the players out. Team T69. That hook got Sova in mid. And I believe Mr. Beebs and prepped and ready is definitely prepped and ready for that hold. But meanwhile, we see Rafal taking out the Viper. There goes your smoke. There goes your snake. Sorry, the snake bite. How will they proceed with the push though? Especially with the smoke still being alive for the defenders, and with Binks getting one, taking out the sheriff, it's going to be even more problematic. Shanks, on the other hand, the op, which is a very powerful weapon, will take out one and decides to hold control. Emo, does he know this? No, immediately uses the blade storm and take out Emo. Oh boy, survives, but he needs to commit to the plant. Will succeed. Post plant, Mr. B missing the opportunity for the recon, but will get tagged out anyways. Shanks is in so much trouble. He gets picked out 3 times, but somehow he survives. Crackshot gets one to take out Friction, and he still forgot about Beebs. He will get one, but Shanks just arrives at the wrong time. There's now a standoff. 1v1. Rafal has the upper hand, and he'll gladly get that kill.
Oh, they tried.
Ooh, wow. Wow, what a close round, man. What a close round. Team 69. Ooh, 12-15.
That was 12-5, yes. That was an insane round coming from T69. Rafa played that so well. The patience from this man is really something else, and the kill that he got onto his fellow jet was just pretty good as well, because he managed to get them to match point, and they are really, really close to taking this home here. Looking at the economy, there is still a good buy available for the side of most players of Zenith. But the problem is that they don't have the rounds to make this work. They do have the tour de force as well as the Sage Ultimate available. The Resurrection is there on the board if they need it, but it might not be enough though, as it's going to be Rafa who gets his ultimate available. Will be spotted out by the drone, but will not in fact die, not in fact be tagged, so it's gonna enable him to push forward. It's gonna be Sheriff who gets a kill. Rafa will go forward, but will have to fall back. They do have the spike again. Rafa will pick it and get a beautiful headshot. Triple headshot, in fact. Trying to get a 4, but it's not going to be enough. And now they'll finally get the kill, but the damage is done here as so many of these players go down. Never mind, it's going to be 2 quick operator shots to shut these 2 players down. It's going to come down to just Emo here, left in a 1v2, one off of The ultimate is tour de force as well, but nevertheless, it's gonna be both of these trademarks that are triggered. The spike going down as well. So the thing is that Shanks is really low here, like one bullet low.
Mhm.
So if M42 Emo can get the skill, it's gonna make his life so much easier. But the problem is he has to push into two operators, not one but two. So his first fight is gonna be against the chamber. Chamber will be falling back here, and he does make his way up and above, trying to see if he can get a kill. Will spot the Jet's ponytail, but doesn't really see it. It's gonna be the zipline play though coming in. Tries to stick the spike here. Will go for it. Will stick half. In fact, doesn't know why the other player is. In fact, he's
don't
gonna
fake.
stick it completely. No. Frozen fake, and Shanks realizes that, and he will peek at the right time to get that kill. But what a round coming in from Emo that doesn't catch, just goes for the zipline to get that kill onto his fellow chamber. And honestly, if it just comes down to the fact that he didn't know the location of the second player. He didn't know where Shanks was playing. He did see her ponytail for 1 second, but doesn't manage to spot it out properly. A little bit unfortunate for him, but either way, that's going to be an eco for the side of Team T69 here, buying whatever they can. Binks is going to be going in for a rifle, but everybody else is going to be like, yeah, I'm just going to, get some pistols, try and play this patiently so that things don't go down here. It's going to be the ult available for Emo as well. Does have that tour de force, is holding mid, but might not be enough here. Meanwhile, the Shanks will manage to take down Rafa. That's going to be the second ult committed here, the Hunter's Fury, and it might not take down the Soa, though he is gotten to a really low HP. Mr. Beeps barely staying alive that in that Hunter's Fury will be able to get a heal very soon from Binks. So it's going to be a 4v5 right now. Advantage still significantly to the attackers here because they do have the better guns, they do have more players alive, so it is going to make things a bit easier for them. So far they seem to be going towards the A side. The spike is towards that as well. A main trying to get into the site here, playing really slowly, making sure that they don't lose people to somebody who's sitting in a corner or something.
Yeah, although I would say Team 69 being on match point, the pressure will still be on though, because the way how Shanks has been performing here in the second half, it's going to be even more dangerous for them to proceed. The execution will happen on the B side.
30
Binks gets
seconds
picked
left.
out from the Spectre Sheriff. The Sheriff, that is. They have to proceed with the push. How will they proceed? They have the op in hand. The same thing can be said to Shanks, who's been very dangerous here. 20 HP. Friction gets caught up, and it's going to be even more difficult for him to win most of his gunfight. And here comes Simon once again to take out one more. Shanks misses the shot, while Beef still survives. He actually gets a headshot in just 10 HP. And here comes Emo once again to take out Simon. And it's just only 2v3 situation here. Crack shot misses so much shot, but he gets the kill in the end. And here comes Shanks with the final pick to kick out Mr. Beebs. 7-2. Comeback can happen for Team Zenith if they keep progressing like this. And I have to say, in the previous round where we saw Rafal using his Blade Storm, in which, in fact, he almost picked up all three players. For a moment there, I thought Team 69 won that round. But instead, it was an entire turnaround, and we saw we only did get to see the chamber being in a 1v2 situation. I mean, Zach even told about the Jet not, even though Jet was at site, didn't get to see the ponytail of it, and didn't really quite work out well in his favor, though, in that clutch situation. And that pressure, knowing that you're not winning most of this round, is going to be even more painful for them. But not for now though. With the Emo taking out Null, the man-con advantage is in favor for T69 though. But still, the execution needs to happen, and Zenith needs to make a decision on whether if they have to push in on the A side or fall back, take control on mid, or should I say just get control on B. Because look at how Team 69 is playing right now. Because they have the entire trust of Friction. They trust Friction to hold the entire A side, and they know that they're going to fall back onto us B side, so they're prepped and ready for whenever that they make this position. So for now, they have some decent weapons. Friction, although only having a Spectre, doesn't have any armors, but you still have the Viper Spit to give him much more protection. And now the pressure is on for Zenith, because Emo, who is holding all by himself, the revive will come in. The spray doesn't work out well though, which means that Zenith still has the opportunity. The revive, which is going to be a 5v5, and Emo is still holding in towards the yellow side. He takes out one, Rafal gets the other, And now Zenith needs to be careful of Wings. He's still in yellow. He takes out 2 with the Sheriff. What just happened? Null. He needs to clutch a 1v3. He only has 6 seconds. Can this happen? It won't. Mr. Beebs with the final frag. And Team 69 with the W. 13-7. And my God, for a moment I thought that they've had the comeback. They finally got it. They finally get the win.
I think every time we open our mouth and say something like the fact that we're going to be coming back or the team is coming back, they do seem to lose the momentum and end up losing. So maybe we should stop jinxing them. But jokes apart, it was a nice try coming in from Team Zenith. They did manage to get some phenomenal rounds. They did manage to get a few really impactful frags and play really, really well. But it's going to be Team T69 who take it in the end. And they will be moving on to the semifinals of this tournament, which are happening tomorrow. And they should be feeling very pleased with themselves because they did put up a very good performance, especially, Rafala there on the Jet. His late storm having a lot of impact again on attack. He was invaluable with the amount of dashing and the aggression he was showing. But there was one person who was even more aggressive than Rafa, and that was Binks. That man just did not seem to care when he was playing, especially on attack. You never see a Sage just rush mid with a wall, but Binks was like, yeah, you know what, guys, I've got this. Let me win this for you. Let me get a 3k, 4k, and then let me revive you casually. So yeah, Binks really played that phenomenally. For the side of Team Zenith, they did play really, really well. But the issue is that they already lost too many rounds in the beginning for them to be able to make a comeback. Because even if they had like a scoreline of a 9-3 or an 8-4 in the half where they were defending, they would have had a much better time of it on attack. Either way, though, that is going to be the end of this match. We do have another match coming up next, but we are going to be heading for a short break right now. So stay tuned. This is the Valorant Level Up Series 3 powered by Loco. I'm Zach, and with me is Baba Kustan. We'll be right back after a short break.
That's how we do it, yeah. That's how we do it. how we do it. Yeah. Yo. Yo. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. Yo. Yo. That's how we do it. we do it, yeah. Yo. That's how we do it. That's how we do it, yeah. Yo. That's how we do it. how we do it. Yeah. Yo. Yo. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah.
All right, folks, welcome back to Critical X Presents Valorant Level Up Series 3, powered by Loco, as we are here for the third quarterfinals matchup. That's right, we have ANF going up against Reckoning Esports. Now, last time I remember when I was doing the intro on the first time, I kind of misplaced it and said ANF versus Reckoning in the first match, but it wasn't. But now, here we are. ANF versus Reckoning Esports. Zach, your favorite team, how will it work out?
I mean, I'm first of all, I'd like to say I'm very grateful for them not picking Ascent, because we did see Ascent yesterday, all three maps. We also saw it on the first map for the day. So seeing a map we haven't seen in this tournament yet, Haven, is a blessing. I'm very happy to be able to see Haven, and
It's
that is
just,
something that I never thought I would be saying, because I don't like the
yeah,
map
it's
personally.
it's like the blessing from the gods.
The
Haven.
Valorant gods have indeed gotten in our favor, come in our favor, and we are going to be playing on Haven for toxic plays or non-toxic plays, as the case might be. Either way, though, it is going to be RG versus ANF here, and I think that both these teams have been sort of dominating in their respective brackets, coming in up towards this quarterfinal here. I think that Reckoning did have a 13-0. In fact, I don't think it was streamed, but it was available in. It happened offline, and it was a 13-0 incoming. So I think that Reckoning will be looking to close this out as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, ANF, they also have had a power pack run. They haven't lost a game yet, and I don't think they will want to either. So we should be heading into the agent select screen pretty soon. So I'm excited to see what kind of gameplay we're going to be seeing from both these teams, and what kind of agent picks will be coming. Because before, one of the main sentinels of choice was Cypher, but since Chamber came out, Chamber has been getting more love than any other agent. efficient on this map here, especially when it comes to Sentinels. Another thing that to note is going to be the smoker difference, because the controller of choice used to be Astra, because when you have 3 sites, you want to have a lot of utility which you can place at multiple sites of the map and try and play off of. But since the number of stars got reduced, it's going to be much more tougher for Astra to be meta right now. You have been seeing a lot of Omen in both the official VCT tournaments as well as in competitive play. You also do see some Brimstone coming in, so it's going to be interesting to see what they are going to be going for. So what are your predictions for this match?
Well, start off with the predictions. I'd say that Reckoning Esports, did compete for Level Up Series 2, and unfortunately, they did not succeed, and hence they were eliminated out of the tournament. But now they are in for Series 3, and they are here to lock in. Same thing can be said to ANF, though, because last time I remember they went up against Metal Esports. I mean, this is Series 3 that I'm talking about. 13-9. It was a bit difficult for them, but in the end, it just worked out well in the end. And Reckoning Esports, I mean, we all know Reckoning Esports is a very talented. They have a lot of talented teams on their end, and they are here to get their win and hopefully get qualified for the milestone event. But talking about the qualified, qualifiers here itself, Jack. I believe we just completed 3 matches today, which means that actually 2 matches today, which means two of our teams, that is. T69 and Galaxy, these 2 teams will proceed into the semis, while ANF Reckoning Esports, only one will proceed to the semis, and we're just anxiously waiting on who will proceed into the semis. Is it ANF or is it Reckoning? And to answer your question, Zach, I can say Reckoning on this one too, because Haven, just like you said, Cypher used to be a huge pick on map Haven, but since Chamber appeared, let's just say he just opened the Chamber of Secrets, especially on Haven's side, and decides, you know what, since Chamber is great for trademarks and it is global, which can give you much information, we'll just go ahead and just take out Cypher out of the equation and just bring in Chamber instead. But who knows, they might bring in Chamber from here as we proceed to the agent's pick. Again, we see KO being brought up quite a lot. And then we have the normal picks here. Again, bringing in Astra for Haven, Viper, double controllers, interestingly enough, but they haven't confirmed it just yet. But bringing Breach in, this specific agent is an interesting one to look at, because the concussion is just helps entirely, especially when you're attacking, and he is a menace when it comes to concussions and flashes. And I believe this can be a mirror match too. Who knows, that can happen.
Definitely, it could happen, but I don't think it's going to be the case, because Kazuri, there is going to be a Breach as well as a Viper for the side of Team ANF. They are going to be still sticking to the Astra as well. Kazuri, in fact, seems to be playing around a little bit and is going to be going for the first Neon we've seen in this tournament so far. Okay, Kazuri, it's going to be the Neon coming in for the side of Team ANF here. Looking at the rest of the agents, though, it's going to be the KO, the Breach, and there's not going to be a proper Sentinel here, even as I say that. It's going to be the swap from the sky to the chamber, and it's gonna be the single duelist. Kazuri gonna be on Neon. On the opposite side, it's gonna be Soa from Rio, Deadly on his usual Jet, Bad Love on the chamber, Smokey on the KO, and Pixels playing that Omen. So it is gonna be a very interesting game. I'm kind of sad we're not gonna see the Viper coming in from Kazuri, but I'm even more excited to see how the Neon is going to go, because we were talking about this before the stream started, Baba Gusta, and you're asking me about what I think about Neon as a pick. So I wouldn't say she's a meta pick, but she could be effective. We've seen Optics Vector playing her quite effectively on Haven. I think they did manage to get that victory against the first time they played in the semifinals with a Neon on the team. Either way, though, it remains to be seen if Kuzuri can be just as effective as Victor is for Optics. So it is going to be Reckoning Esports starting off on defense here. Looking at the split up, though, it does seem to be towards C here, and the attackers do seem to be going towards that. It's going to be Bad Love who has to hold the line here. Is going to be playing the chamber there, so we'll be able to use the Headhunter pistol to try and get a few headshots in. Looking at the buys coming in, it is going to be entirely utility coming in for Battle of and there are going to be 3 ghosts as well coming in for the side of RG players. So it should be interesting to see if they are able to make this work. A site is going to be empty and Rio should be able to get that. Or meanwhile, though, it is going to be a push towards that C side because Smokey will get that first kill onto Hellara. Flash will come through, a beautiful crossfire from 3 of these players, and it's just going to be a headshot from Bad Love. Chamber versus Chamber, 3 kills from Bad Love to close things out, and that's going to be the first round for Reckoning Esports here as they managed to hold on to the CE side, and the spike doesn't even come down because there was a deadly crossfire between 3 players. And that's gonna be that first shot in favor of Reckoning. It's gonna push aside of ANF into an eco as well because they didn't get the plant and they're gonna have the money to go in for their first buy here.
That works.
Yep, forced buy, and for Team ANF, not looking too good. I mean, especially on C long, they thought it was a green signal, and then after 2 seconds, it just changed from a red signal and just picked out one by one. Unfortunate, but it has to happen. And Bad Love, the man who just used the classic whips out his heavy pistol to take out 3 players, he decides to go aggressive here once again. Kuzuri notices this, but somehow doesn't take out the equation. Pixel 1, Deadly 2, Rio 3, and now it's just Chamber all by himself. ANF, Wave, what can he do? The Bulldog, does it work? No, the classic does not work out. And here comes Bad Love once again with the Ghost, and give them the win here once again for Reckoning Esports. 2-0. ANF, I would say the first round, they were fast when it comes to execution on the A site. But, you know, sometimes you should think of a stop. You know, they just need to stop, realize what to do in the next round, and then you execute once again. I mean, there is like a one, thought for the day, right? It's like, if at once you don't succeed, try again. So hopefully they do exactly that.
Yep. Meanwhile, though, it is going to be a push towards the A site here, and Bad Love has already made his way up towards C long, manages to get the orb, and is going to be pushing towards the backstab as well. They know that he is here. The trademark will give his position away, and it's going to be all 5 of these players playing towards the A lobby here. Shocked out from Rio, trying to do a little bit of damage. Won't really catch anybody here, and it's going to be the players of ANF sort of stuck here because they will have to face Bad Love here. Bad Love is going to be the first point of contact as they fall back, and he's lurked all the way into this spawn. I don't know if they will expect this. It's going to be him getting the first kill onto Hellara. Now they know his position. The spike is going to be dropped as they try to fall back. And Bad Love gets another. Karzimo will go down as well. And he's going to just go out. Pulls the tour de force out. Gets the 3rd kill. It's going to be the Neon going down that. Still has the tour de force out. Does not care at this point. Will put out the smoke here, trying to see if these players can fall back. And it is going to be the Paranoia coming out. Deadly will be able to get a kill. Getting both kills, in fact. And what a push from Bad Love there, making this work for the team. Getting those 2 kills. 3 kills. Pulling out the tour de force, the ultimate, and it's gonna be Deadly doing the cleanup. But beautiful round for Reckoning, especially Bad Love, really having a huge impact on both the first round as well as the 3rd round going in.
Oh boy. I mean, what can I say? Bad Love doing bad things. But in a good way though, because the teleportation from the from the T side, taking out players one by one. It's a bad in a good way is what I was trying to say. But definitely going bad on ANF side though, because they've lost 3 rounds back to back. Even I could say including the bonus rounds too. They had the Vandals in hand, and then suddenly Bad Love does that. Making a decision to push aggressive in towards the garage side, and Smoke K doesn't have one, but Pixel comes into the rescue, takes out 2 players. You see Bad Love still holding C long, but although gets picked out from Karzemo's Sheriff instead. Unfortunate. Nice shot will be picked up from the all chat, and here comes Deadly, flying as an angel to take out Karzemo. The final frag, 4-0. It's just only one player just got picked up from Reckoning.
I don't know if Karzimo would call Deadly an angel though, because he looked quite terrifying jumping down with that updraft and getting that kill. But either way, it's gonna be a score of 4-0 right now in Reckoning's favor. Deadly managing to pick up an operator as well after dropping his Vandal, and he's like, yeah, let me get a quick upgrade real quick. And it's gonna be Wave for the side of Team ANF, who is gonna be going for the tour de force as well, because it seems like he hasn't opted for buying a gun. So it's gonna be a C push coming in. The tour de force is pulled out. Pixel's trying to do a jumping through garage, won't spot anybody. It's gonna be a very straightforward C rush, and Wave will get that first kill onto Bad Luck here. That's gonna be the C side almost open. There is a slow from the chamber utility though, that's making things a bit more rough. It's gonna be a retake coming because the site has been given up. There's nobody left, and it's going to be the spike finally going down. I think this is the first time the spike is even going down to the side of the attackers here. Sova drone will coming in, trying to see if it can spot anybody. The Omen TP will come through as well. A daring play from Pixels, but unfortunately Smokey splashes badly timed, and it's gonna end up flashing Bad Luck. Smokey getting 2 kills, almost gets a serve with Kuzuri is there for the trade. Kuzuri takes on Rio as well, and that's going to be a very quick execute for the side of ANF. Will be able to win the round and will grab that operator as well, which can probably be given to the chamber. It was a nice try from Reckoning, but you know, I think they got a little bit too overconfident that and managed to unfortunately you know, get the first pick, give the first pick away, leaving the C side open. I think that either way though, they are still in the lead, still playing really well. Those were some insane flicks from Smokey on the back of C side. You know, even though he was so low HP, it was amazing that he managed to hit that shot. Either way, it is going to be full buy for both these teams coming in. Deadly does have that operator yet again, so it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of impact he's going to be having.
Yep, and with the ult being in play and Wave getting his first frag to take out Deadly right from the A side, he even had the high ground advantage too. So beautifully done from Wave to pick out one of the important players here for Reckoning. And with the jet gone, we might be able to see Kuzuri use his ability to drift towards the seaside, but unfortunately he already used it while he was trying to go in for the execute. See, execute once again. Here comes Pixel with the jump peak. Information is in, so does the Paranoia's stun. Actually, the flash. And Hellar will immediately realize this and picks him out once again. The ult will come in, the null command from Smokey, in which he'll have much more information on his hand. And Bad Luck, he has so much information. He just keeps peeking. Once more, 3 kills. Hellar, Melody, and Wave goes down. And Bad Love, he loves flanking every single round, and somehow he gets away with monstrosity kills. Reckoning Esports, my god, they are a force to be reckoned with.
Definitely, and I have to talk about that round because you talk about how Bad Love keeps flanking, but I think that the reason why Bad Love was able to get all 3 kills on that flank with the other players unaware is because of Smokey's ultimate. He pops that null command towards the back of C side, immediately neutralizing all 3 of them. You know, even when he is knocked down, it's gonna be the chamber utility still not into play, and it's gonna make Bad Love's flank even easier. As I say that, the Wave once again gets the better of Deadly here with a beautiful shot from that Headhunter pistol. It's gonna be Smokey as well who gets neutralized. It seems to be a B execute coming in, waiting for the flashes and everything, but no one checks his corner, and he's gonna get 2 kills off of that. Smokey really popping off here, will throw that down as well, doing a lot of damage to the chamber, almost kills him. It's gonna be just 1 HP left on him. Smokey doesn't care, he's gonna push through his own molly. Gets a 3rd kill onto Wave that will flash and peek again. Getting the 4th kill onto Breach. Smokey really wants this ace, and he's gonna be pushing forward here and trying to get this kill. Will spot out the player, will tap him quite a bit, but it's gonna be the ace for Smokey off of that. And what a round for him. So fast and so clean.
Yep, so fast. Although ANF is supposed to be the one who was about to go fast because of Neon, but yeah, an ace from Smokey. And also you did get to see Pixels, who did, you know, use shrouded steps, but then in the end decided not to shoot because he wanted to give Smokey the ace. That's wholesome. Oh, that's nice. I mean, he even had the classic in hand to take out the final player as well. But talk about ANF, not looking too good, and I believe the destruction can happen in the A side. They have the breach ult. They even have the null command from KO, and the first frag from Wave. Every single time he always gets this early pick, and this time he will pick out Rio. But does he have the information on the Jet though, who's just patiently waiting for the Neon to arrive? Again, too much aggression will give Hellar the kill that he need, and Deadly, crouched as ever, sneakily as ever to take out Kuzuri once again. And it's just 3v4. This time the favor is still in the favor of... Can't believe I just said 2 times favor. ANF side. It is 6-1, and with the mollies coming in from the KO, it's going to be even more difficult though. The refrag, I wouldn't say the refrag, the rotate will come in from Bad Luck, but no, he'll decide to stay in towards the C side. The execution will happen in towards A, and in just 50 seconds left, you're about to feel the rolling thunder of Breach's melody. How will that work out though? That's my main concern.
I don't know. Meanwhile, the Pixels and Deadly are making their way towards the short angle. I don't know if they will expect this here because they did see Deadly playing towards long before. Now, mind Pixels is spotted, will be
30
taken out
seconds
by
left.
Wave here. It's going to be just two players for the side of the attackers here. It's going to be Deadly who makes his way into this corner, managing to
planted.
hold on tight. It's going to be Battler who has to make his way towards heaven to try and make this retake happen. The Astra is alive as well, does have the smokes available. All three players for the side of ANF, in fact, do have their ultimate available. Deadly also has the Blade Storm if you choose to go for a Battle of getting one kill. Melody will get the kill onto Deadly, though it's going to come down to Battle of who has to try and clutch this out. Does have a set under pistol to make things a bit easier. Doesn't care about the breach aftershock, just runs through, but will nevertheless go down, unfortunately, as Karzimo will clean him up. And that is going to be the round for ANF after a while. Finally, Reckoning Esports still looking pretty healthy when it comes to economy. Will be able to buy. Battle of has a tour de force to play off of as well. They do have 4 ultimates, in fact, ready to play with. And it's going to be a timeout coming in after the victory from Melody to see what they can do better. They did manage to win. They did manage to optimize the round. Let's see if they can actually make it work.
Yep, and for a moment there, I thought they were going to expend all of their abilities because, I mean, they had the Rolling Thunder. I thought they would use the Null command. They could just combo every single ability and just use it, but instead, they decided to save it. And talk about performance here from Wave. Every single round, we've seen him get those early kills, either from the heavy pistol or from the AWP, and he's been doing quite a lot of. He's been doing a good job at it. And especially on this previous round two op kills to have an entire control on A sewers. But although Deadly was there for the refag, didn't uh, didn't work out because it was just a 1v2 situation. Even the aftershock was there. Badlaw was forced to push in towards the side because he had to deal with 2 angles, and even though if there was one, the trade would have happened. And it was just difficult for Reckoning Esports to even recover that round. But on the bright side for ANF, winning 2 attack rounds will be a good point for them. And plus, they have all their abilities up as well. So here comes the tour de force from the Wolf. Actually, not from Wolf, from Wave. And kills from him. And 12 kills from Swinky and Badlove. 11 kills. He'll gladly take out one of the frags. Actually, he'll gladly take out one of the drone from the Sova. For a moment there, I just took around like 5 seconds to realize what the ability name was. But still, let's just focus on the match at hand. A minute and 11 seconds, and we see Team ANF playing patiently. The same thing can be said to Reckoning as well.
I mean, it's going to be a Battle of, in fact, who does have that tour de force. Is going to be holding down A shot, in fact, rather than his usual C. And it seems to be a B execute coming in so far. It is going to be the breach ult as well. Deadly is going to get caught in here if he's not careful. Does have the dash to make a quick getaway. But never mind, the null command is popped by the KO. So that's going to put all these ultimates out of commission here. Battle of going down to Kuzuri as he pushes his way in with the Spectre. The Hunter's Fury coming through from Rio, trying to do a little bit of damage, but not much happening as it's from heaven. Kazimo will take down Pixels as well, making things even more tough for these players. It's gonna be Battler who gets that first kill though. Will try and get Melody, but Melody will luckily survive. Rio will take down Kuzuri. It's gonna be a 3v3 right now, and the Chamber Wave is still playing here, and Battler will peek into that operator. Hellara will take down Rio as well. It's gonna come down to just Smokey, and both of them seem to be fully flashed, and finally Hellara will take him down. That's gonna be the third round for the side of Team ANF off of the back of, I don't know how many ultimates that was. No, man, they didn't use any of it. Meanwhile, though, the side of Reckoning did manage to use most of their ultimates. Only Deadly has the Blade Storm left available. So, this round is kind of skewed in the favor of Team ANF unless Reckoning plays it pretty cautiously.
Yeah, again, Rolling Thunder still being saved, and decide to only use Null command instead to proceed towards the B side. Although I would say that it did work out well, and Deadly is definitely not having all of that. Look at that. First frag, Heller gets picked out. So does Karzemo from Smokey. They want to continue the aggression in towards the B side. Now they have mid control, but the only thing that they have to do is focus on which side that they're going in for the push. Now Neon, he needs to be careful, and he won't, because Deadly is still there. Deadliest precision as ever to take out Kuzuri here. with the with the headshot. And now it's just two players left. It's Wave and Melody, the controller and the Sentinel. And they need to figure out a way to pick out all five players of Reckoning. Now Pixels, he sees the opportunity, but no, Melody gets hit first. Good shot to take out the controller. And now they can succeed to go in for the plant. 2v4, you still have the Cosmic Divide. I believe she's going to use it. Or not. It's just a smoke for protection for Wave. Here comes Deadlier once again. The precise shot to take out the player. And Melody is the only last player standing. He will get one, but Rio will be here for the cover to take out Melody. It's going to be 7-3 in favor of Reckoning here once again.
Okay, Deadly. That was a nice push coming in from mid. Deadly was like, I'll take care of this hero. Pulls out the Blade Storm because even if he dies in mid, he's not going to drop a gun or anything. He expected Kuzuri to be on that Spectre, and he goes in, and like you said, extreme precision, does manage to get all three of them were headshots. In fact, I think the kills he got from the Blade Storm. Smokey was there to back him up as well, and overall, I think that was a pretty fantastic round from Reckoning. A nice bit of coordination coming in from Smokey as well as Deadly that as they managed to, take control and win that round towards that off of that mid push. Meanwhile, they're looking at where the side of ANF is playing. I think that again they're gonna go back to their split ways, trying to see where they can get a pick because they realize that if they push together, it's not doing things very well for them. Bad Love, meanwhile, has managed to buy an operator. I think Deadly also has one, so it's gonna be two operators that these people have to deal with right now. Deadly making his way back. He's like, yeah, Bad Love, you know what? You got the cross. I'm just gonna go towards the seaside or somewhere else to see if I can make anything happen with an operator. It's going to be Pixels as well, holding Garage with a really aggressive angle here, as well as that one-way smoke. However, the smoke is going to be fading away really soon. And it is going to be a C execute. Deadly has made his way here, will peek out, will spot one player crossing over. The Neon Stun will come through as well. So it's going to be Deadly who is going to have to dash off that angle. Rio is here for the backup though. So it's going to be Deadly getting a kill before that breach flash comes through. He's still going to be playing on site. He is not running away. He is not conceding ground here. And it's going to be timing though as Kuzuri will take him down. Unfortunately, the plant will be coming through. Battle of getting a kill as well. The TP from Pixels, these aren't working out for you, my friend. You should really stop doing that. Either way, it's going to be Bad Love though. Left in a 1v1, does have the operator. It's going to be peeking through the Cosmic Divide, but it's going to be Kuzuri who gets the round. And that is going to be the fourth round for ARF here. I'm really questioning some of these plays, but I think Reckoning at this point, they're just having fun as a team. They're like, you know what, we're winning, we're going to try new things. If they work, they work. If they don't work, they don't work. But it is going to be a score of 7-4. So looking at the economy available, RG is not doing too well. There is going to still be that operator available for Bad Love, but it's going to be a bit of a mixed buy coming in. It's going to be a Guardian, a Judge, as well as a Bulldog instead of the usual rifles. On the opposite side, it's going to be 3 ultimates available for the side of ANF Esports. The funny thing is they've had these ultimates for a while. It's just that Smokey manages to put down a knife or another command every time to, make sure they can't lose them.
You want to play?
Yeah,
Let's
and now I
play.
believe they're going to use it to their full potential. Pixels, on the other hand, will take out 2 players from Garage immediately. And Deadly Judge sees Kuzuri, instant shot to the head, and Kuzuri goes bye-bye. Once again, Melody will get picked off here. Can he get the third? No, beautiful shot though from Wave. From the off to take out Deadly, but it's too late. Rio is here for the Hunter's Fury to get the final frag as well. Although I have to say, I haven't seen Kuzuri use her ultimate. I believe the reason why Kuzuri didn't use the ultimate is mainly because they couldn't get the eco round because they had Phantoms, they had Vandals, and if they were going in for an eco round, maybe we would have seen Neon use the ultimate, especially in the execution time. But yeah, and just like you said, Zach, for the first half itself, we haven't seen Kuzuri or Karzemo use their ultimate. But they did use it in the end, the Rolling Thunder, to block lines of, it just concuss every single player in towards the C site. But unfortunately, that could not happen though, because the Garage hold was there, even the B side hold was there too. All they had to do was just converge into the location of C and just, pick out players one by one. And Deadly, I mean, just like it says in the name itself, all it needs is just a Judge to take out 2 players there. One shot right through the head, and the second with just Melody, who was calmly planting the spike. But yeah, other than that, it was just there's nothing much else that I can say though. For now, it's just a pause timer. We're just waiting for the pause to end. Currently, we have some technical issues for one of the players here, but for now, we shouldn't have any more delays. So we'll just proceed with the second half. 8-4 pistol rounds in the second half.
Definitely, Reckoning does have the lead here. They are 4 points ahead, but they will want to win this pistol as well to make things work. And it does seem to be an execute coming in so far. The Astra as well as Neon Utility really putting a stop to Deadly and Smokey in their tracks. Playing this so patiently here, using utility to the biggest advantage possible. Meanwhile, though, Bad Love is going to be towards that B side, trying to get a lurk pick, and the other three are heading towards Garage here. So, you know, the spike, however, is positioned towards the garage area as well, I think. So it's going to be the recon bolt trying to clear out the garage, trying to make sure there's nobody playing close and nobody is going to be that. That's going to be the case. The knife will come through as well. It's gonna be Badlev who goes down first to Wave because he doesn't expect him to be playing up there in that corner, and it's gonna be an A execute coming in as Deadly does manage to have that A side, but Karzimo is still playing towards that short angle, is still able to get that kill onto Deadly, and it's gonna be just 3 players left alive right now. It's gonna be the fully flashed Smokey who will be taking down 2 players somehow. I don't understand how he gets that. Rio getting 2 kills as well. Immediately the tables turn. It's gonna be Kuzuri left in a 1v1, but Smokey will clutch it out. That looked really bad for Reckoning there, I'll be honest, because it was a 3v5 and 2 of them were really low, but somehow Rio and Smokey between them get all of the players, and it's gonna be the end. It's gonna be Reckoning on the 9th round here as they manage to close it out. But man, what a pistol.
Yep, they managed to pull it off, and we can all say thanks to Smokey. Getting those 3 kills was not an easy job, but somehow they pulled it off. They just have to continue this terror even on the second half, second round too. They have Spectres in hand, and they just have to worry about it. Bad Love getting his revenge on the previous round by taking out Wave. Now he wants to continue this. Careful of the shorty, and here comes Melody. That did rhyme well in the end. Bad Love's gonna go down as well, right into the garage site. And now he wants to continue his push to try to take out the Omen in the attacker's side spawn. Smoke will come in. Technically, Smoke off the heaven side, and Omen actually sees this and picks out Melody at the right time. Would you look at that? Beautiful hold of both flanks and succession of planting all the smokes, and Deadly is here to do the cleanups. 2 players down, and it's just the last player left. Classic, all to take out 1, and Heller actually gets the second 2. Heller's gonna go out 2, but Pixel is here. He's like, calm down. You just sprayed every single bullets of your Spectres. Just calm down. Pixel comes in, just walks at the right time and just picks out the last player on the side of Team ANF. 10-4. Oh boy, Reckoning Esports are looking very strong on the second half as well.
I need this.
Yep,
Thank you.
they are going to be playing their bonus though. There are 2 players on the Spectre as well as Badlove who does have that Bulldog to play with. Smokey though doesn't really have anything. I think he wants that Bulldog back. Yep, he's going to get it back. Badlove will have the Headhunter pistol and a Vandal being dropped. I think they are going to be going in for a full buy. Never mind, they're not going to be playing for a bonus. They are going to be buying those rifles. They are confident that they can make this work, and it's going to be a really fast push towards the B side here as they make their way inside. The spike should be going down shortly, and Smokey will get it down. It's going to be a 5v5 retake off of that. Melody getting the first kill onto Deadly, then Wave taking down Badler. Finally, Smokey getting a trade. Smokey getting 2 kills in fact, getting a 3rd somehow, almost getting a 4th, but Helllouder is like, no, stop this. It's gonna be Pixels again with the TP this time, though he doesn't get caught on it. And it's gonna be Pixels trying to get that kill, but will fail. It's gonna come down to Rio here, left in a 1v2 clutch. Does have the shock darts to play with. Will get a kill off the shock dart. 1v1 right now, and Melody taps the spike. The recon will come through again. The spray coming through as well, and Rio will be getting that kill again from the shock dart. 1v2, both the kills coming in from the shock darts, and that is going to be the 11th round for Reckoning Esports. Man, Smokey and Rio are playing this so well. Like, Smokey goes in, he gets all those multi-frags, and Rio is just there to clean up whatever is left. I don't know, man. That round should have been ANF's, but they somehow managed to lose it. Really unfortunate there.
Yep, let's just say that ANF just got a shocking response on post plant. And for a moment there, I thought Kuzuri would be the one to be the shocking of the answer, but unfortunately, it could not. Again, they execute in towards A, and here comes the null command. Followed up with the two frags, as Deadly and Smokey looking confident as ever at the execution phase. Now they just have to go in with the post plant. Deadly control of heavens. With the information from Smoke, they are confident. Here we go. Another kill from Deadly to take out Heller. And Deadly is looking very confident here once again. A quad kill from him to take out Wave. And it is match point for Reckoning Esports. 12-4. And I just don't know what to say at this point. I mean, Reckoning Esports, null command is just instantly disables every ability. You just head in towards the side, pick out players one by one. It was just beautifully executed in the end, and it was just difficult for ANF to, hold their angles. Maybe they could have succeeded in post plan, but that did not happen as well. So there's just nothing much more I can say about Team ANF at this point, because Reckoning Esports, my goodness, they are just destroying them one round at a time.
Yep, destruction is a good word because they're absolutely dominating this map right now. Looking at the scoreboard, you can see that they are doing a phenomenal job here. And it's going to be Deadly though, who does have that Blade Storm to play with. Dashes through the smoke, trying to see if he can get a pick here. Neon tossing all the utility, trying to slow this down, but will have to eventually fall back here. It's gonna be the corner cleared out with the usage of the Chaos Molly. There is no one playing that though. It's still two players left on the A side. It's gonna be the three players, in fact. It's gonna be the Chamber, the Breach, as well as the Neon here. Smokey trying to get a kill, but will not take any damage with that operator, as he will be falling back towards the rest of his team here. It's just Deadly left on that A side, making a lot of noise. In the rotation, look at the rotation here. It's going to be a fast rotation from both these teams. A knife being put through won't catch anybody here, and it's gonna be battle of getting that first kill onto Kuziri. Will TP back towards C-Long and will be trying to make his way onto that C side. It is going to be what seems like falling back towards the A side again, because Deadly has cleared it out. Deadly knows that there's no one here. It's gonna be just it's gonna be the A side completely open, as Null Command is swapped as well here. And look at Deadly's position. He's made it all the way to CT here. He's gonna be able to catch the chamber off guard. There is no time though. The spike does have to go down and should be going down in like a few seconds. Then Rio should be able to get it down. It's gonna be a 4v5 retake incoming. Deadly playing super aggressively here. Will take down Melody. Will take down Wave as well. Finally, Hunter taking care of him. Smokey and Rio will clean things up, and that's gonna be an almost flawless 13-4 score coming in for the side of Reckoning Esports here, and they should be feeling very happy with their performance.
I mean, yeah, they should. I mean, they did, however, win 4 rounds in total here from ANF, but in the end, it's just Reckoning Esports who will succeed and proceed to the semifinals. Congratulations to them, and there you go. We have our 3 semifinalists, folks. We have Reckoning Esports, we have Team T69, and last but not least, we have Galaxy Esports, who will proceed to the semifinals. And we still need to, get to finish about the last match too, especially from Monkey Bad Esports and Team Sudesh. But believe we don't have that time for that. So these are all the 3 matches for the semifinals. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And what do you have to talk about it, Zach?
I mean, I had a great time watching it. The surprise for me today was Galaxy Esports, because I haven't really seen them play much. I've only seen them in this tournament before, and while they've been doing well, I just thought Valor has been one of the more consistent teams that's been around since the beginning. Like, these players have all been playing since the game came out, so I expected that Valor would probably make it. But seeing the way Galaxy played, seeing the amount of research they put in, it was a really pleasant surprise for me. So I'm really happy that they managed to perform well and make it that. Meanwhile, though, the other two went as expected, more or less, because you expect to see an upset, but these are teams which I have had as the forerunners for making it to the milestone event. And it was a pretty dominating performance coming in. I think that the most dominating performance was Reckoning's game, a 13-4 scoreline. They could have honestly had it as a 13-0 or even a 13-2, but some fun plays coming in from some of the players really made it possible for those 4 rounds to slip out of their hands. I think either way, they should be feeling very pleased with themselves for qualifying. And Yeah, I think you're pretty sad that you're not going to be seeing Monkey Bite play today because that is your team of choice to win, to qualify for the milestone events. So we will see them tomorrow. Though we are going to be having the semis tomorrow, so it's going to be two best of threes happening, and it's going to be exciting to see which two teams will be qualifying for the finals as well as the milestone event tomorrow. So do tune in, guys. I think that we're calling it a day today. It's going to be me, Zach, here with my co-caster Baba Gusta, signing off of the Valorant Level Up Series 3, powered by Loco, hosted by Critical Esports, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the semi-finals.
Yo. Yo. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah.